wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That's Delita. I am Travis. It's Friday. It means it's time for Friday Night SmackDown. Looks like we got a battle royal ahead of ourselves.
It is the day after Thanksgiving. How many people did not make it here because they exploded?
Is there death?
Did people explode
Pestilence.
from having too much food yesterday? Good food, that is. Or possibly you had yucky food. I don't know, but you might have eaten a lot
What
of it.
kind of food did you eat if you're American? Actually, you can tell us if you're from other countries, too.
What did you have yesterday in whatever country you're in? What did you have to eat? We have Aaron out there and Sophie. We have Randy Paula with us tonight. Hello, hello, hello.
This is probably on.
As Randy says, Wrestling Gab should have 1 million subscribers. Yes, we should, but you know what? We'll try our hardest to get there, but you know, slowly progressing.
1 million's not bad.
Okay. Right?
Get on there with PewDiePie or something and have him send us a few.
That's too funny. Sophie's like, congrats guys, you're almost to 130k subscribers. I think you mean 1.3. That's a preview pass, so...
I see it, so we probably have to log in.
Yeah, it probably had its meltdown.
Take an hour.
Sorry guys, our stuff's being stupid.
Whew. Alright.
So, up at settings and all that good junk. Poll, as Randy says, Sophie Duffy, a long time ago. Or, Sophie says it will take Wrestling Gab a long time to get to 1 million subscribers. Randy Paula says Sophie, WWE hardly gives the fans what they want. There has been times that the WWE gave us what we want. Yes, and it's funny about that, right? They give you what you want, and then you complain about it.
Everybody does. That's just normal.
Every
wrestling
fan
happy.
gets what they want, and then they complain about it. So, yeah. Is that what you want? To sign in with your email?
I've never done this before.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, so maybe you need to go all the way out. Oh, TV provider sign in. That's where we were on the wrong one. Anyways, Randy says, Wrestling Gab, you're awesome. Thank you, Randy. You are awesome. So what really is that you guys make our channel, right? We don't, especially me. Yeah, right. Travis makes the channel because he knows wrestling. Anyways, we got Walter with us too. SmackDown good matches coming up. Yes, there is a battle royale that's going to happen. I don't know all the players in it. Do you know all the players that were going to be announced in it? Okay, so nobody really knows all the people, so some people might know some of them, right? But it is for a chance for that person to have a match against Roman Reigns for the title, for the championship. So that's going to be interesting, right? All right, so there's that happening. Oh, and in other personal news, the reason why Kofi Kingston has not been around isn't technically because he had an injury. It's because his wifey had a baby. So him and his wifey Pooh had a baby. And Ali had a baby too, and they were both baby girls. This happened probably around or a little bit before Thanksgiving time. So congratulations to them on their new babies. Mm-hmm. It's good for them to kind of stay home and bond with those babies. So we'll be happy to see them back, but I hope that they take the time to kind of just, hang around at home and have a good time with their babies, new babies. Ali does have other children. I think he has one other girl or something like that. And so this is their second one. But it sounded kind of like they've had some struggles with that. So I'm congratulating that they were able to do that. Sophie says Johnny Gargano still hasn't signed a contract. That doesn't mean he will be leaving the WWE. Randy said that. And Sophie says, if your channel does get to 1 million subscribers, would you call yourselves YouTubers then?
Just people.
We're just peeps. We're just normal people. Go about our lives. Aaron's like, hey Travis, how was yours and Delita's Thanksgiving last night? It was fantastic. I was force-fed watching football all day yesterday. Not sure I really enjoyed that. Walter's like, SmackDown good matches coming up. And Sophie says, how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Yes. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? And tell us what you had. Did you go to a family member's? Did you stay home? Did you have traditional food? Did you have something different? I mean, right? Because that's what it's about, is having maybe possibly different things. I know some people have different stuff. A lady at my work, she was going to have a crawfish boil, but they ended up not doing that.
That's nice.
There you go. just on the regular channel stuff. That's funny.
No.
Oh, I guess it's a little bit behind. All right.
So, has wrestling started for you guys at your place?
It looks like it should have, yeah. There it goes. Yeah, okay. Anyways, Red Paul says, I had cheese sandwiches. That sounds delicious, right?
Yummy.
As Aaron says, cheese, Travis, because you were trying to take a picture. Randy Paul says, Wrestling Gab can call themselves the best ever.
Goats.
Awesome.
The boat.
Well, Walter
The
says,
boat.
boo Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. They must be out there. So we're trying to get there, guys. Sorry we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with our Roku setup right now. So sorry, everybody.
They keep showing local news.
They were trying to give us the local news,
There it
which is, I'm sorry that poor little girl drowned in her pool, but I don't really want to hear about that right at this moment. I feel bad for her and her family. That's horrible and terrible and awful.
Don't leave your kids
Prayers
unattended.
to their families. Whether or not it's for 2 seconds or 5 minutes. Randy says Brock Lesnar will win. Sophie says, remember when SmackDown and Raw always landed on holidays? We have Roberto Lozano in the chat.
We have Ridge Holland going one-on-one with Cesaro later on tonight. That's going to be fantastic. Ridge Holland's first match on the main roster.
True. And he was pretty good in NXT until he got his leg broke. And I mean broke. Like, that fucker was broke.
Yeah, I think he broke it in 2 different places.
It was gross.
And
like, it was
we
gross,
have
gross.
Drew McIntyre teaming up with... Who's he teaming up with?
I don't remember.
He's teaming up with somebody, and they're going against the Madcatter and just King Corbin. Corbin, they're calling him something. Happy Corbin.
Happy Corbin. Anyways, let's see. Roberto's in the chat, though. Hey, Roberto. And Sophie says, remember when SmackDown and Raw always landed on holidays? Travis would know that more than me.
It's a holiday.
Did they land on holidays all the time?
Celebrate. Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
Drew McIntyre and Jeff Hardy.
Okay, so, again, question. Did SmackDown and Raw always land on holidays?
Well, there's a good chance of it because they were back-to-back days.
Possible. All right, so Roberto says, hello, starting with the show. Roman Reigns, of course, yes.
Yes, the big dog. The head
Walter's
of the
like,
table.
my Thanksgiving was good. Had turkey with stuffing and rolls and mashed potatoes. You had all the normal, regular fixin' stuff then. And anybody who's in another country that isn't part of the United States, such as Scotland
People just want to
or
hear
England,
him say it.
who the 2 people that are in our chat, Randy and Ravi, accordingly. What did you guys have last night or yesterday for dinner? Ravi is in the chat saying, yo, D and Travis, my Thanksgiving was great. Me and my mate were DJing and I was miking on internet radio station. There you go. There you go.
I did that for years here.
Sophie says wrestling fans always complain when AEW or WWE gives them what they want. 100%. Walter says AEW Rampage at 10 p.m. later. Alita's in the chat. Hey, Alita.
Hey, Alita.
How are you doing, honey?
Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Did you have a Thanksgiving? Somebody give you some food? Randy says the white shirt on Roman looks stupid. The black was better.
It's all right. Brings his skin tone out. I like it.
It's different.
They're booing him. Please don't boo her.
She's like, they ain't booing me. He's like, yes, they are, sweetie. They're totally booing you. And so it's like, I know YouTube somehow.
You see how I defended you as a coworker? A coworker that I'm ashamed of?
Ashamed of. Alita's like, they did. Walter says Joe DeBess is live too. Well, good for John. Glad that he's doing okay and that he's alive. And Sophie says, what's the difference between YouTube and YouTube Shorts?
They're just little videos that are under, I think, a minute.
And sometimes they're previews to YouTube channels, but most of the time they're TikTok videos. Alita says oxtails with roux. Oh, interesting combo and interesting thing to have for Thanksgiving. Or is that dinner tonight? Vindicator's in the chat yakking about Liv Morgan. I don't see her, so she is completely irrelevant.
And she's on Raw.
Yeah, so we don't care.
Wrong company.
Sophie says my Thanksgiving was awesome. I had turkey legs and roasted potatoes. Ooh, turkey legs and roasted potatoes. Nice. As Luna says, YouTube shorts suck. And Thomas is in the chat. Hey, Thomas says, hey, guys, what's up?
Shorts are there for a reason because they keep you entertained in short bursts. And therefore, it's an algorithm thing. And it just keeps you on the internet, so you're not doing anything productive.
Yeah. Literally, you just sit there and go,
swipe. An hour later,
swipe.
You'll be like,
Swipe.
holy crap. And if you have any anxiety issues or anything, you won't even realize you're doing it, but you'll start feeling better.
Uh-huh.
Just remember, if a company that you're on doesn't charge you for their services, then you're the service.
True.
Right?
Vindicator says, I know, but she will be brought up eventually, so might as well get it out of the way. Mm-hmm.
Who was that?
Vindicator said that about Liv Morgan.
Brought up to the main roster?
Brought up to what? Brought up to snuff? Brought up to actually being part of the main roster?
Oh, Roman's talking now.
Brought up to being, like, you know, up in this area instead of where she really is at, and will always
give
losers
false hope. Like Liv Morgan.
Like Liv Morgan. Don't give losers false hope. Robbie's like, is SD going to be good?
I think so. I like the Battle Royal idea. They haven't announced it on here yet, but they did announce it.
Walter's like, Brock Lesnar is still suspended. Nah. Kinda. Alita's LOLing. And Vindicator says, hi, Delita. Hi, Travis. Nice to see you back. Hope you had a relaxing Thanksgiving. I thought you might have finally gotten tired of all of us knuckleheads in here. No, fine. We want to torture you guys as much as possible with our presence. Is it working? Whose ass did he smash?
Brock.
That's gross. Ew, why are you smashing people's butts? Robbie's like, yo, D, what were you thankful for? You know, my family does not do a traditional thankingful thing. Literally, we just sit down and eat like pigs. So we don't go through and say, I'm thankful for, or whatnot.
You want to know who else is a loser? Big E.
Oh, he totally... Now,
facts,
that is a complete
Facts
loser.
don't care about feelings.
That's a fact, because he beat him fair and square.
He did.
He did not have anybody else come help him with that one. He beat him fair and square. So I have to say that he is true on that one.
He's beat everybody.
Brock Lesnar, on the other hand, he had some help for that one. So he says, yay, we are getting another Sheamus and a random tag team storyline and another feud with Cesaro.
Yes. Battle Royal.
Indicator says, brought up in the chat.
It's the Black Friday Battle Royal.
As Alita says, thought. And Thomas says, I'm okay, had a bit of a week, but okay yourselves. Yes, that was because I take it was one of your friends' children passed away, and I'm so sorry about that. I hope everything is going as well as it can for those people. That's
there we go. He's like, let 3 or 4 of them win tonight, and I'll smash them all.
Smash them all, one at a time.
He's like wrecking it like Ralph.
Robbie says, I'm thankful for my mom and family and friends.
Yeah, your family.
Yes.
And a couple friends. Just come 2 or 3.
I have no friends, so which you can sort of see. But
I am your tribal chief.
I am thankful for, you know, a lot of things, but
now he's trying to put himself in the greatest of all time, and he's not in the top 10.
You're not there yet,
Not in the top 10.
Nah, you gotta work harder at that, bud. Walter's like, when Jeff Hardy's WWE contract runs out, he's going to AEW. Walter, do you know this for sure? Did you talk with him?
He did.
Did you
he
have
sat
him
down
write
and talked to him. Calm down.
Did you have a conversation?
That's where his brother is.
Somebody says when SmackDown was on the USA Network, they used to have WWE Week during Christmas time.
They did.
And then they said, you know what? It's about family.
Bloodline.
Goffleshia Bates is in the chat saying monkey of the paddle. What?
The head of the table, maybe? Monkey of the battle. I don't know.
I have no idea. It's a monkey face and then like a ping pong paddle. Robbie says, yeah, me and my friend were DJing and I was miking on an internet radio station. Yeah,
That's
you
a lot
said
of fun.
that, Robbie. That sounds awesome. That sounds like it would be a lot of fun.
Were you doing
stuff
Christmas
like
songs?
Were you doing Christmas songs? No. We're probably not doing Christmas songs.
Were you doing like Irish folk music?
Okay,
That would be a
Robbie
lot of
is
fun.
in England.
It's right there. It's across the pond.
That doesn't mean that they want to do Irish folk music. Alita
We
says,
don't know what kind of music.
I always have oxtail for Thanksgiving or Christmas.
I think they sing that kind of music
Cool.
there too. Drinking music that's all like a story.
Oh, I'm sure in their pubs and stuff, yeah.
I'd sing the shit out of that.
But Alita always has oxtail for Thanksgiving or Christmas. That's interesting.
What the fuck did she just say?
Oxtail? Like ox
Like a real cow's tail. Ugh. I mean, I could see like a tongue, but a tail? That seems so... An ox? I didn't even know they had oxes. Who the fuck has an ox? Have you ever met anybody with an ox?
No, I don't usually know people with oxes, but I'm sure
Does anybody have an ox?
Exist.
I mean, I remember like Babe, the big blue ox and all that, but I've actually never even seen an ox, and I'm pretty country. Like, nobody plows with burros anymore, you know what I mean? Like,
Oxen?
Or donkeys or any of that stuff.
So he says, my dog has a YouTube Shorts channel. Cool. Is your dog really popular?
You want to hear something pretty cool? So in India, the British got there.
Right.
And they don't like things, so they usually try to eradicate them.
Yeah.
So they went after... They probably can't hear either one of us. So
they could hear me.
So they went after cobras. They wanted to eradicate them because they didn't like these poisonous snakes. And so they charged a bounty.
Oh, uh-huh.
So you just bring a corpse in, and they gave you money.
Did you have to leave the corpse with them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right? So they just stacked all these corpses up. Well, people are like, hey, let's start some farms. So they just were farming them and mass producing them and then just taking them in and then getting money from the government. And then the government found out. And
How long did it take him to find out?
I don't know.
How long did it take the British government to find out?
A few years.
What these people were doing.
A few years, right? Like a decade.
Somebody tattled.
Well, here's the thing. So therefore, they closed their bounty down. They stopped it. Mm-hmm. So there was more snakes afterwards because the farmers just let them go.
Of course they did.
Than there were before they started it. Word to the wise, don't let the government do anything.
That's funny.
Anyways, we got Drew McIntyre and Jeff Hardy
versus Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. That's
the Madcap.
That is what is happening.
After the commercial break, that's blowing my eardrum clear out of my head.
Yeah, you turned it up the other day, so you might have to turn it down.
Ooh. Yeah, not a huge fan of the Fox on the internet.
Because it's so loud?
It's very...
tinny?
What would the word be? Like mechanical
tinny.
Audio?
Yeah.
Woo! What you reading about?
I was going to do... No, I was going to do some trivia.
Oh, it's Friday.
I was trying to find like one where I kind of stopped at the last time.
The Ohio State University.
Okay, here you go. We'll go with this one. Which bleached blonde superstar under a mask was beat by Tito Santana in the first ever match of WrestleMania history?
I don't know this one.
Bobby says, LOL, I'm a bit drunk tonight. Just been out with my boys. Sweet.
Woo!
You seem to be typing okay for being a little drunk. Oh, Walter's like, we got our Christmas lights up already and the tree. Yes.
Drunkenness is cool because you don't have to filter yourself. You just be like, fuck 'em.
Janelle Jackson's in the chat.
Hey,
Janelle says, hey, everybody. Hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving. I hope everyone enjoys spending time with their family. And yes. You also, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving with your new family and also any extension of family that you do have there, Janelle.
Yes.
Sophie says, wait till SmackDown lands on Christmas Eve. The ratings might not be great along with New Year's Eve. It's a possibility, but
we never know what that's
going
to
just
happen.
tape it beforehand, so who knows. Walter's like, Jeff Hardy and Drew will win. And Sophie says, is this the first time they did a Black Friday episode of SmackDown? Probably not.
No, I'm sure they've done things like this in the past. So I don't think the one on New Year's Eve is going to be small. That's going to be the go-home show for day one. And I feel like that's going to be a very big SmackDown. You
think they won't do it? They'll do it live? And
yeah, they'll have to do it live for the pay-per-view.
Oh, true. Yeah. Vindicator's like, no, as Walter said, trivia on commercial. Walter says, I hear you guys fine. And Sophie says, I could see them taping for both Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve episode of SmackDown.
Right, but there's a pay-per-view on New Year's Day. So I would have a hard time seeing that unless they did it the Monday. They did like a Monday, Tuesday, and as the pre-recording. So they sell out a stadium on that Tuesday.
Right.
Which would just be weird, but they could do it.
Maheshwaran
Hey,
is in the chat. Says, do you want a match between Edge and Brock? No.
Why not? I mean, I don't know why not. I don't know if Edge could handle it. Brock's pretty physical. Edge is a little older, but they're both the king of the spear things, right?
Right.
Brock's a little bit more physical.
Oh, Sophie says at least they have plenty of time to build to the day one pay-per-view by having mini feuds and giving random matches to throw away episodes of Raw and SmackDown.
We hope so.
Walter says, okay, at 9 and 10 p.m. I am going, but I will be here Monday for Raw. Still here in chat. Sophie says, I can see them having an idea on what the day one card will be in a few weeks.
I'm sure they're already probably advertising some of the stuff they're doing.
The answer to that trivia question was Buddy Rose.
Oh, Buddy Rose. Yeah, I don't even know who that is, even with the name. I know who Tito Santana is, though.
Ha! Totally. I don't, but sure.
He's the one that Bobby Heenan would always call the flying burrito.
Oh,
he hit him with the flying burrito.
Machineth says, love from Sri Lanka.
Oh,
well, thank you so much. Yeah, if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up, and enjoy.
We're here all the
chat.
time.
Most of our people are very, very polite and nice.
Most of them.
Except Ayla. She's not in here yet, so.
All right, well, it looks like Baron Corbin going right after Jeff Hardy. Why not?
Lawson Robbie says, bloody cheek of the taxi driver trying to charge me double after dropping my friend home first, then to mine. I told him straight and didn't pay double. Why would you pay double if he's making a stop? It would be double. You would just have the clock continuously run until you got to your place.
Right, well, that would be the thing. So does your friend pay the first half?
Well,
or do you split that part?
So I was just thinking that too.
And then from his house to your house, obviously you're on your own. But that's an interesting way to split it, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Then here's Mish Delith has never been an Edge fan. I think the only person she likes less is Phillip Jack Brooks, aka PG Punk. And Sophie says Becky versus Liv, Seth versus Big E, Roman versus Jeff or Drew. I can see them putting those matches on the day one card. I don't think Liv should be allowed to be on a day one card.
Yeah, I feel like Liv's going to be either on there or the weeks before Seth, Big E. I was thinking more along the lines of Bobby Lashley and Big E. I was hoping more for that, but yeah. I'm okay with Seth being champion. Either one, as long as they take the title. Mm-hmm. Oh, big clothesline from Drew McIntyre.
You're next, he says.
Like Corbin cares.
Venom and pointing.
Yeah,
Walter says Shane McMahon is coming back to WWE soon. Ravi says my friend paid half and I paid half. Taxi driver was trying it, but I had a go at him. Yeah, well.
Well, that makes sense. Like for the first half, and then you should pay full.
Yeah.
From his house to your house.
Yeah. I mean, that makes total sense. Unless you're like, no, it's fine, I'll pay for the whole trip.
Right, yeah, I mean, you can always be generous.
But, yeah. I mean, it always is right that if you start out with the same, once you get to his stop, it's him pay. Then you go from his stop to your place, and then you pay.
Big clothesline for Jeff Hardy, right onto Baron Corbin.
Guy can't get mad about that. Somebody paid for each time.
Madcap.
It's not per person. Walter's like, WWE NXT War Games coming up. And Robbie says, Travis, I'm okay too with Seth being champ too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not? Seth's doing pretty good too. And the only thing that really hurt his run at that was beating Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
A few years ago.
That totally just messed up everything that was going for him.
Hell in a Cell.
Machineth says, is Brock returning tonight?
Possibility.
They might have a little bit of a, peek at him or something.
We never know.
But
it's Brock. You just don't know. They're going to hint at it. That's why it's going to be the main event.
Mm-hmm. Vindicator says, and I'm usually impolite, but I just disguise it very well with occasional big words from my thesaurus. Your thesaurus?
I'll look it up.
But Alita's all for the nope, he's not showing up. He's not returning tonight. She's like,
Oh, no.
Hell no.
Too early.
All right, so here's a trivia question. The party foul is which wrestler's signature move? Was, I guess. The party foul was which wrestler's signature move?
Party foul.
Robbie says Seth wears some fantastic drip. And Sophie says maybe they will tape for the Christmas Eve episode so everybody on the roster can spend Christmas time with their family. I would think that would probably be the best thing for him to do, but, you know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did the Raw before Christmas and the Raw. The one after, they got to do that go-home show.
Right.
So, yeah, the one before it, the Raw and the SmackDown before.
Yeah, that. Right before the go-home shows, the next week.
Right.
So the week of Christmas, because Christmas runs on a Saturday. So that week, they would tape those episodes. And then the next week, they would do live
Try to do them live for the go-home.
Right. As Alita says, yes, Travis, for whatever you said. About Brock, I guess. Vindicator says Brock is a mercenary. He comes when a dump truck full of money is delivered to his farmhouse.
They just dump it right on his front lawn, and he's like, well, it looks like there's enough. I'm going to hop on my private jet. Go beat up Roman.
So, Walter, I'm gonna read that question again so you can get another chance at it. The party foul was which wrestler's signature move? So, not the name of the move, but what wrestler used the move that they called the party foul. So, it's a wrestler's name. Past tense wrestler name, by the way. Not that he's dead. So, I'll let that one sit.
All right, we're back. Jeff Hardy, Drew Mack.
Sophie says, why give Edge a match with Brock instead of Bobby? And Robbie says, D, if you go on my Facebook page, you can watch me rap on that internet radio station.
Heck yeah.
Okay, well, send us your Facebook page on Instagram so I don't have to go searching on Facebook because I'm not very good at Facebook because I don't do it. Walters, like Enzo, got hurt at SWE Fury, his neck injury.
Enzo's hurt again?
Maybe he should stop being a dum-dum.
He's just a tiny guy.
Sophie says SmackDown was taped for years before they went to live format.
Twist of fate!
Well,
no.
Somebody got upset.
Oh, double clothesline.
Live. What?
Nothing.
Something.
It's just a double clothesline. Now they're both just laying there. Okay, Madcap gets a tag in. Drew McIntyre also tagged in.
They told him he was next. He is
next.
Out that next.
Baron Corbin might be the only guy bigger than Drew McIntyre. Not built the same, though. But a former professional athlete. He could probably move better. Drew Mac's going to go down, back up. Is he going to hit him with the big clothesline? No, Drew ducks it. Neckbreaker.
That was Happy Corbin that went down and up, by the way, guys, not Drew. Drew stayed in the actual ring.
How the heck can a man that big do what he does? Oh, shit. Madcap Moss from behind. Drew Mack in a daze. Or deep six, I think. 1, 2, and Drew just gets his shoulder up. That fan was going nuts. The little girl, she's like, no.
No, I love Drew McIntyre. He's my favorite.
Now I'm assuming, but that makes an ass out of me and you, that these guys are not going to be in the Battle Royal. Meaning that Drew McIntyre's not going to win the Battle Royal.
Right. No, that makes sense.
So that's my guess. That is not necessarily true. A Battle Royal can fit a lot of people, and I didn't know they had that many men on the roster. There's a Claymore. That's probably it. Put a fork in him. The Mad Hatter is done. He's going to tag in Old Willow here
He's
in the
like,
corner.
Jeff, do you want it?
Jeff going up top.
He's like, I'm taking off my shirt. I'm in business, bitches.
He's kind of like Angel Garza when he takes off his pants. Shit gets real. Swanton! It's over! 1, 2, 3, and the Mad Hatter loses.
Madcap Moss took the pin. Happy Corbin does not. Good for him. Good for him.
Happy Corbin's on the outside being happy.
The answer to that trivia question was Adam Rose. He was the one that had the move called the Party Foul.
The Rosebuds are.
The Rosebuds. The Rosebuds. As Robbie's like, dear mate is annoying the guy that hangs about with Corbin. Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding.
Look behind him. Walrus.
She's so weird playing with her hair. It's so creepy. So it was like, I feel like we might see the Elimination Chamber match at day 1. She's like, I'm leaving! Run away!
Oh, wobbly walrus there. Old Twinkie tits.
The toasty marshmallow.
She's getting picked on.
Well, she picked on him and following him around everywhere, just sneaking up on him and being like,
Right. Now she has no...
Hey! Who you talking to? Just out of nowhere.
Brock's hiding behind his suspension. No integrity. At least that's what I'm pushing for.
Confirmation or denial. Maybe that's just a rumor.
Nobody's getting rid of toasty marshmallow. Especially with those straps on her shirt.
Right?
You see how small those were?
They're like little spaghettis. Alita says, just renewed my YouTube TV. And Sophie says AEW next pay-per-view is rumored to take place in March instead of the usual February. And Alita says, I actually saw that. And Walter says, and the answer to trivia is... Told you. Sorry. Alita says he gave her a spank. Walter's like, yes, Jeff and Drew won. And Robbie says
Sheamus.
the link on Instagram.
Now,
and
Sheamus is not wrestling here. He's just bringing out Ridge
Holland.
Holland.
He's just making sure Ridge has a good thing. There you go.
Ridge doesn't need his own music.
We're like, we don't need you to have music yet, man.
Ridge is a big, strong guy. But you don't look that big next to Big Sheamus, does he?
And yes, Ravi Kayla does look tidy. She always does. She's a toasty little marshmallow. Vindicator says, Travis, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the beauty of Sasha, Shotzi, Tony, Aaliyah, and Kayla?
Tony has a very pretty face. Sasha has a great body, and she also has a pretty face. Shotzi, not so pretty in the face, has a great body.
Aaliyah.
And Aaliyah, she's getting worse every time I see her.
And
when she first came up, I was like, oh, she's pretty. And like she's not as pretty as I thought she was.
Right?
But her body is still good.
So it's a scale from 1 to 10. So I'm going to go with my own scale. 1 being butt fucking fugly. And then you have 10, which is like gorgeous.
Right, but I need a body one and a face one because there's...
No, you can just go the beauty. Rate the beauty. That means their face.
Oh,
beauty
if we're just going by face, okay.
Yes, so beauty means their beauty, not their bodies.
Tony's a 9, Sasha's an 8. Shotzi's a 6. Aaliyah's probably an 8. And Kayla's a 6 or 7. She's cute, but she's not she's not gorgeous.
She's not beauty. She's not a beauty.
Right.
Oh, Walter's like, oh, Lost, these questions are hard. Well, let's give you another one then. Make sure that you don't get them right tonight. All right, here's another question for you. Can you name the first U.S. city to host 2 WrestleMania tournaments?
I feel like there's an obvious answer.
It probably is obvious.
Because they're from that area.
Sophie says, but did WWE get in trouble with both Fox and USA Networks last year because they tape shows instead of doing it live?
So if you saw these women not in a ring, right? And they weren't on TV and you just saw them at a local gym or something, and they looked exactly like they do, but just out, they wouldn't be as attractive. And the reason for it is because men are more attracted to women that they can't have. They can't have them because they're on TV, so they're automatically hotter.
Did I miss something when we were talking? Because Sophie's question had nothing to do with that. Sophie's question was, get in trouble with both Fox and USA Network last year because they taped shows instead of doing it live.
Right. Well, they're going to tape some, but yeah, they did get in a little bit of... Okay. They got some talking to.
I'm like, I think I missed part of Travis's conversation in his head. Sorry.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm still going on the 1 to 10
part.
scale.
Walter says Alita who did. Whoever gave her a spank. And Alita's like the moolah. Zoe says with the WWE, some years they tape holiday shows. Other years they do holiday shows live. And Walter says Cesaro for the win. Robbie says, LOL with those gals. You wouldn't leave the house for a year. Ha ha ha. Sophie says they are giving Woods the Battle Royal win since they have slowly teased that feud.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, by the way.
Well, let's see if Sophie's prediction comes true. Robbie says Sasha is a 10 for me. And Alita says it's over for me. Sophie says, what the heck is YouTube TV?
So a 10 means that there's no one on the planet
that could possibly
that's better.
Be prettier.
So there's no one on the planet that's prettier than Sasha Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I feel, Ravi, that if you weren't drunk, you probably would not be saying
now,
that
I
number.
get that she's hot. That's why I'm putting her in the 7-8 range.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she has a very pretty face and body, right? So I'm putting her at the top. I'm not throwing her away.
Yeah.
She's not a 3.
Sophie says, what the heck is YouTube TV? It's just YouTube stuff, right? Vindicator says, for me, Sasha is an 8. Shotzi is 7.5. Tony is a 7. Aaliyah is a 6.5. And Kayla is a 7.8.
Nice.
Reasonable.
Nothing wrong with those. We probably shouldn't be putting a number on women.
I think you should.
Very degrading.
I don't think
Let's do the men next.
I think that Natalia's only worth $1. And she did not like her worth. So now she's only worth 10 cents. Alita's like, LOL. Alita says, the turkey. Walter says the SmackDown is good. Brock Lesnar could show up tonight.
Could.
Anything is possible, my friend.
It would be weird. That means that they're on day 1, it's going to be Roman and Brock.
Right?
Which would make sense if you think about it. Because Roman's title reign when he passes Brock is going to be around the 18th of January.
Mm-hmm.
So they could take it off of him before he passes Brock.
Right. Yeah. Let's see. The trivia question again was, can you name the first U.S. city to host 2 WrestleMania tournaments? And the answer was New York.
Yeah, that's where they went.
They do all of it. Vindicator says, Travis, how would you rate the body of Mella, Anna Jay, Jamie Hayter, Ty Conte, Bianca, Shida, and Natalya? On a 1 to 10 scale, I'm guessing.
Ooh. All right. So Carmella's a 10, right? You're not going to find people on the planet that have better bodies than she does. Carmella.
I don't know. Anna Jay's body is pretty good.
Well, they're not going against each other. I'm not putting them in order. It's just ranking or rating each body.
Right.
Anna Jay has a great body. I feel like her butt's a little dumpy. Like she could raise it a little bit, but it's still pretty damn perfect.
Yeah. This match has started, just so
like
you guys
an
know,
8.9.
Cesaro and Rich Holland.
Where are we at?
Jamie
Hayter's a 7, a 6.
Ty Conti.
Ty Conti's an 8.5.
Bianca.
Because she doesn't have boobs. Bianca doesn't have boobs either. I have to have boobs, guys. It's just I can't help it. Bianca is right there, 7.5 probably.
Shida.
She's a 5.5.
Really?
And Natalya, she's just old. A 6.
Yeah. I would actually rate Shida's body up there more like a 7.5.
But it's soft.
You know, I don't really find Shida's body soft.
If you touched it, it would be soft. That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't think it looks that way, but...
All right, Ridge Holland, Cesaro.
Robbie says, what people find attractive is subjective. Yes, it is.
It is, yeah.
Vindicator says, okay, scratch Natalya. Oh, how about Thunder Rosa? The same. I don't think you would change that rating, even if you put Thunder Rosa in Natalya's place.
I would put Thunder Rosa a little under Natalya because Natalya has bigger boobs.
Yeah, that's true.
But Thunder Rosa has a butt, but a butt only takes you so far. It's half. Right? Or it's a third. We'll go with a third. You got boobs a third, butt a third, and face a third if you're going by the total package stuff.
Right.
And Anna Jay is better overall than Carmella just because I gave Carmella a 10. Carmella's body is better than, or it's equal to any woman on the planet. Is what I go by with that. Like you're not going to find better bodies. You can find equal to in different types, right? Like you could find shorter girls that are bubbly, that are very attractive. They have a new one coming to NXT. She's like this tennis player. She's like this wealthy, daddy's girl tennis player. And daddy said, I'm going to compete on NXT. And
Daddy said that I could have a spot.
Yeah.
Daddy bought me a spot on NXT. Daddy's going to make me a champion.
Yes. They've got this girl coming, and she's a cutie. So, Mandy Rose, right? Like, Mandy Rose doesn't have the $1 billion body, but she works so hard at it, and she's got a pretty face. Mm-hmm. But she's actually really short and funky. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe Mandy, because there's nothing wrong with her. She's just really full.
She's thick.
And her midsection's wide.
Natalya's
but anyway, Cesaro did beat Ridge Holland in his opening debut match.
So Ridge Holland lost. Cesaro did win.
As he should have.
As he should, because he is a veteran guy, right? Makes sense.
Woo!
They're surprised?
Can I help you?
Oh, they're talking to somebody.
He's going to add himself. If he goes into the Battle Royal, see? If he's in, he can win it.
Oh, they don't have their approved list yet, but when they do, they'll let you know.
So who are they going to get it from? Aren't they the ones in charge?
Yes, kind of. David Robert Wood is in the chat, though. Hey, David. And also Kenneth Copeland is in the chat. Hey, Kenneth. Guys. Thanks for being with us tonight. No Sophie says, D, from a scale of 1 to 10, who you think is hot? Sheamus,
it's Rick Bates!
Drew, Bobby Lashley, and Ridge Holland. Oh, scale of 1 to 10, huh?
There you go. Rick Books.
Who I think is hot. Now, if I think they're hot, does that mean I have to include all of it? I would probably give Cesaro an 8.5. And Roman Reigns like a 6. Sheamus a 6.
Give me the guitar.
Drew maybe a 7. Bobby Lashley is 7.5. And Ridge Holland, he's about an 8. So there you go.
Shinsuke.
Walter's like 10 out of 10 both.
Naka.
Like, you definitely would write it. And, of course, David said hi, and he said SmackDown is a good show. Yeah, it's turned out to be a good show tonight.
It has been fantastic so far.
Bobby says, Travis, what's that 2 aspirin on an ironing board? Yeah. What's that 2 aspirin on an ironing board? Yeah.
Is that boobs?
2 aspirins on an ironing board.
Right. It's about right.
That's, unfortunately. But that's true, right? A lot of those women who work out a lot and don't have a lot of fat, because boobies are made of fat, guys.
I get it.
You know.
Yeah.
And when they don't have a lot of fat content on their bodies, they will not have.
Like Tay Conte and Bianca Belair.
Yes. Total great. Because
Nothing
they do
wrong
have
with
probably a very low fat percentage, which is kind of scary for women. They really can't do that to themselves for very long. It really hurts their bodies in more ways than you would think. Here's a trivia question. What color was Shawn Michaels' outfit in his popular tournament against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25? All you fans out there.
No idea what Kross
And Undertaker fans, you guys should know exactly what he looked like. And now let's see. Got that one. Okay, and then Indicator says, and finally, Penelope Ford, face and body.
Nothing wrong with her.
What numbers are you giving her, though, for beauty?
So, beauty-wise, she's a 9.
Okay, body.
And body-wise, she's a 9.
There you go. She's a 9. Sophie says Bailey is a 10 for me, and Sasha is a 9. And Ravi says Bailey is also tidy as well. You guys really like those girls with the apple bottoms, don't you?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Bailey, by the way. Bailey's actually very attractive, just not her face. Her face is like a 4.
Walter's like Cesaro 1. Kenneth Copeland says, I blow the winds of God on you. You're gone and I'll never be back. I just subscribed. Yay! Woo! Alita says none of those. And Walter says Nakamura will win. Alita's like Roman's a 10.
Roman's a 10.
I do not find him that hot.
Reginald's a 10.
According to Alita, yes.
I know where Alita's head is.
Sophie's like, at least during the whole month of December, both SmackDown and Raw episodes will feel like pay-per-views. Walter says Travis is dancing funny. Well, he's got to pretend he's Pat McAfee tonight.
No, he doesn't have to pretend shit. I'm going to be myself in here.
Kenneth Cope. Oh, are you? Are you going to be yourself?
Yeah.
Now, don't get upset at me when I'm myself now, okay? Kenneth Copeland says Nakamura is a sinner. Like, in a bad way or a good way? Robbie says, Travis, you were talking about flat chest. Yeah, yes. We got that after a second.
Yes.
Piccolo's in the chat. Hey, Piccola. How's it going, man? How was your Thanksgiving?
Did you
eat lots of food? Did you get stuffed? Did you eat food and food and food? Did you finish putting up some Christmas stuff? Pickle says, you said 25. Was it the white one because of the heaven versus hell theme? I don't know. It just said WrestleMania 25, guys. Do not know any more than that. I do not watch it, so I have no idea.
She will look that up when the commercials are over.
No, I won't. You guys look it up.
You're the one asking the question. You have to know the answers.
I know what the answer is. I'm just saying that it's WrestleMania 25. It's whenever Shawn Michaels went the popular tournament that was against The Undertaker. So, and that was at WrestleMania 25. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Robbie's like, I subscribed, but D didn't care. Whatever. We made you a mod. I'm pretty sure we cared. Pete Cole's like, oh, hey, guys. Here for the content, not for the show. What? You were not interested in the show that's happening?
You didn't like the Ridge Holland match?
What's happening now?
Nakamura just came down.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm like, what's happening now? I forgot. Alita's like Trashly an 8. I mean, the guy's got not a bad face in it, in his body's. I mean, I consider his body a little overly muscular for me, guys. But, I mean, Bobby Lashley's. That's why I'm not a huge... Like, I like muscles, but I like them like Cesaro muscles.
Right.
So, they have them, but they're not like, I have muscles, and that's all they are. I'm like...
Los Lotharios, it looks like Angel.
In a way, I guess I could say I'm a little bit like Alita. I like a little bit of the dad bod happening.
So it is Angel. He took his pants off already. Going right after... it's Rick Boogs.
Oh my God, his pants are stuck on his foot. He didn't quite get him completely off. That's why that didn't work out so well.
It's Angel against Boogs.
Is it Angel against Boogs? That's it? Nobody else, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
One-on-one, huh?
Oh, it's a Thanksgiving match.
Oh, God. Food is involved. Oh,
yes.
When they
Look at that. Some cranberry sauce in the corner.
Oh, it's terrible,
Hey, there's
guys.
a little turkey.
Anyways, the answer to that trivia
Rick
question
Boogs
was white and gold. So the other color on his outfit was gold. But most of you got white, so there you go. White and gold, angel, heaven stuff probably is very true, P-Cola. Vindicator says, just be yourself. It's the way it was intended to be. Robbie says, Bailey has a nice face. What you talking about, Willis?
What? Look it up. Google. Use your Google machine.
Alina's like, hi, P-Cola. Stuff is like, hopefully The Rock's daughter, whenever she shows up to wrestle, will be better than Charlotte Flair.
The Rock's daughter. I didn't even know she was ready to wrestle.
I thought it was somebody else's daughter that was coming up to wrestle.
Triple H's and Stephanie's daughter.
Yes.
Daughters, all three of them want to wrestle.
Yeah.
I don't know how old they are, though. I don't know when they had their first kids. So.
Right.
She's probably 16.
Yeah.
She's going to be a ways away.
Pico says, hiya, Alita. Pico's like, just clarifying. And Vindicator says, okay, one more, Travis. How about the man? Big time Becky. Body and face. Beauty, 1 to 10.
Yeah, she's one of the prettiest women on the roster, so I'm going to go... I can't give her a 10 unless we're just going against other wrestlers, right?
Right.
But other women in the world, I can't give her a 10. She's a solid 9, though.
And her body.
And her body's not anything to write home, like a 5.
It actually looked better before she had a kid. When she was wearing the steampunk stuff.
But I don't like Becky because of her body. That's not anything to do with her. I like her hair and her face and her wrestling ability.
Alita.
And her voice. Like, she's like a different type. Look at Boogs. Look how powerful Boogs is.
He's making sure
Big
Angel
power.
knows where he belongs. Down on the mat.
1, 2, and Angel gets that shoulder up. Hopefully Angel wins this. Sorry,
Right?
guys at home.
Alita says the Rock's daughter is only 10. Yeah. Robbie says, hi, Dee and Travis. You're the best. Vindicator says Delita is very keen on some guy named Humberto. Yeah.
Humberto's a 10.
Humberto, in my opinion, is like a 9.5. Look at him over there playing the guitar.
Humberto's
Those dimples,
playing it.
That face. Come on.
Oh, shit!
Oh, dang it! Right into the food.
Nakamura interfered with the guitar solo.
Oh, terrible.
But Angel Garza's gonna win it!
He better. This is how it should
Big
work.
kick!
Nice.
Rick Boog's gonna get his first loss! Angel wins it! 1, 2, and 3!
Good job, guys.
Woo!
Good job.
I'm going
Good
for the
job.
heels tonight, I guess. Angel should win that.
He should. Well, there's like the answer is white outfit for Shawn Michaels. There you go. I told you.
Yes.
There you are.
White and
Robbie
gold.
says Vindicator D Defo has a thing for Humberto. And Sophie says Dave Meltzer said that Dewdrop's role that she is now was going to be for Nia Jax before she got released.
I had heard that, and they replaced her because she wouldn't show up to work.
She was having some mental issues. And she didn't want to come back to work yet. Oh, let's see. Walter says a little funny. Yes, got it. Walter's like, food fight on SmackDown. And Edwin Paria's in the chat. Hey, Edwin says, to be honest, there's actually a war between Busey's and Sheets in one of Ethan Page's vlog when Ethan Page chose Busey's and Ruby Soho chose Sheets because she's not a fan of Busey's.
Huh. No
or
idea.
Bucky's or whatever. Maybe it's Bucky's.
Yeah.
Pico says, Edwin, which one you got? I don't know. I don't even know this stuff. What is this? Sheets? Is it Bucky's or Busey's? Is it Bucky's? I don't know. It's Bucee. I don't even know what it is.
Gary Busey's cool.
That's not the same word. As Sophie says, the white outfit. Robbie says, "Oh, Angel garbage." Shaquan White's in the chat.
Hey,
Hey,
Shaquan
says, "Hey, y'all. Hello.
Thank you
How's
for
it
hanging
going?
out with us.
Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving out
Thumbs
there?
up,
If you are new
subscribing.
and you're just hanging out in the background, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up and just chat. Say hi in the chat. Everybody is very nice most of the time.
And if they're being mean to you, just tell them. Say zip it.
Mitzi's in the chat saying table went creak, then dropped like a piano cut in half.
Right? When he kicked him.
Sophie says, I mean Simone Johnson, his oldest daughter from his first marriage. Yeah, his oldest daughter is up there in age. I didn't know she was planning on doing any kind of wrestling, but Travis and I did talk about Stephanie and Triple H's daughter, their oldest, actually started wrestling in the whatchamacallit.
Can you imagine, though, like, when she makes it to the roster? Like, she has to be a top star, and she never has to worry about losing her job. Her grandpa owns the company.
For now.
Well,
But at some point, he's not going to own the company, and that doesn't necessarily make it that because you're a legacy towards that you will have a job.
right.
Happens all the time.
Right, but who's going to be running it? Shane?
I'm not saying, I'm just saying that sometimes that happens.
Right.
Sophie says,
Charlotte.
I'm just saying that, let's say this happens. Maybe something happens where Triple H and Stephanie are like, meh, but their daughter still wants to be a wrestler, and they take themselves completely out of the picture.
Right.
And Shane's like, you know what? I don't fucking want to deal with this either. And he sells it to some third party that nobody knows. And they're like, yeah, I don't fucking like any of these people. And I don't want your family here.
Charlotte's wearing a fantastic outfit tonight, too. I think she's maybe coming around to saying that she looks good in black, and she's realizing it. Because she looks good in that.
Well, and I think it's more of a two-piece, where most of the time she's been wearing those weird, like, one-piece things.
Oh, she just winked at me.
Oh, well, that bitch. Cheating on fucking
Just
Tegan
jump on
Dwayne.
her.
You better jump on her now. You won't get it.
She's single, guys. She's winking at everybody.
Sophie says the Bill Deshaun versus Undertaker for both Mania matches were fantastic. Vindicator says 25-minute break time, guys. See you in a few. Peace. Kenneth Copeland says, sorry, Benny him pooped himself. Sweet. Walter says, boo, Charlotte Flair okay. Piccolo says, so in detail, and it's about convenience stores in multiple states. I've never been to any of them because the Panhandle has Tom Thumbs and Circle K's.
Hey, we had Circle K's.
Okay, so those are convenience stores, Buc-ee's, I'm guessing, and Sheets. Never heard of them, so I've never been to a state that has them. I have heard of Circle K's actually, so it's so funny that that Circle K's are in Florida. That is funny because we've actually had Circle K's.
Do we not have them
around?
anymore?
No,
Oh,
nope. They are basically
sense.
like, yeah, kind of like I think Common Sense.
yeah, bottom out.
Bottom out around here. So it's kind of like the other ones. What are the ones? The 7-Elevens.
Yeah.
Like they're not like they used to be huge. We used to have them, and then all of a sudden they just kind of disappeared in our area. Edwin says, Piccola, to be honest with you, I guess I gotta go with Ruby Soho's side with Sheets. I mean, is it because of what they carry? I mean, like, what makes them such a good convenience store?
The Slurpee.
The Slurpee, that 7-Eleven, right?
7-Eleven.
Everybody misses the 7-Eleven Slurpee that I've ever talked to and knows what I'm talking about. Robbie says, yo, make sure you smash up the likes like Roman did to go big E, and subscribe if you new. It's free, like Morgan. Yeah, it's free, man, like Morgan.
Yeah.
All right, here's a trivia question for you. Who enabled Stone Cold Steve Austin to win in the major event of WrestleMania X7?
17.
No, it just says X7. Does that mean it was a special one or something?
Well, an X is 10. So.
I know what
okay.
an X is.
Okay.
But they're saying X-7. Unless you know that he was in a major event in WrestleMania 17.
He was around at that time, so yeah, I'm sure.
Right. So at some point, somebody enabled Stone Cold Steve Austin to win the major event of a WrestleMania.
I think it's when he turned heel.
Okay, there you go.
Well,
I'll
I'm not
let you
supposed
do
to be
trivia next time.
You're doing just fine.
As Ravi says that, and Pico says that's nepotism for ya. Kevin Coleman says, Vin, I blow the winds of God on you. Sweet. Sophie says, one more time, D, how do you rate Seth Rollins' body and face? 6.
And Robbie, yes. I do remember when Stone Cold happened.
Robbie says, not the crappiest coming out, right? Walter says Charlotte Flair will go to the AEW next year. You think, Walter? You think all the rumors are going to be true that she's going to turn her back on WWE and she's so hard to work with that she's just done? Kenneth Copeland says, Benny never whipped poop everywhere. Damn, trying to drive with this guy. Sweet. Sophie says, I wonder which free agent that got released this month will go to Impact when they become full-time free agents in February.
Speaking of contracts, the Candice LeRae, her contract expires in May,
Right?
but she's been pregnant. So if Johnny Wrestling decides to leave, they can tack on her pregnancy at the end of that
They should.
and push her all the way into 23.
They should. They actually should, because she chose to
Have babies.
have babies, right? So she chose to have a baby. Whether or not they were trying and told them, hey, we're trying or whatever, they should say, well, since you are unable to work due to a medical type condition, because they did the same thing with Jeff Hardy, only his medical condition was alcoholism and going to rehabs, right? And
they do it with a lot of people.
They tacked it on, then they should do the same. Women want to be treated the exact fucking same way, then pregnancy should not be a get out of jail free card.
Hey,
she's like, I want to bring this up to give you PTSD. Is it working to give you your trauma?
Hard-hitting questions.
Did you get your trauma? I hope you got your trauma. The answer to that trivia question, guys, was Vince McMahon.
I knew that one. That's why I said when he turned heel.
Right. I guess. I have no idea, but that was the answer. Pickle says, yeah, sometimes people can be fickle. They carry my cigarettes or my favorite coffee or energy drink, etc.
Right.
Robbie says, Travis, do you remember when Austin had hair?
Stunning Steve Austin was his name, and yes, I do remember.
As Walter says, just rumors, and Pickle says, after WrestleMania 2000, they did a lot of Roman numerals. Never got the trend. Not just that, but all the damage. I was like, do you rate Kofi's
therapy
body?
Sessions.
No, I don't rate it.
No rating.
For me, anyways, I can't rate that one. So if it says, look at Randy Orton, he was the son of a guy who was part of the first Mania. But Randy started working with those guys when he was 18 years old and has stayed with the company all this time and has made himself completely relevant every single time. Like, it's very rare to not have Randy Orton be a name that is relevant in WWE. From what I've heard from
Michael
people.
Cole's in the ring with Charlotte.
Oh, that's white.
Michael Cole looks like he just left the military.
Oh, Piccola, I played this game with Sophie with the New Day, my friend. The fuck, marry, kill of the New Day. Ugh. Can't I just bury all of them and not deal with this? So it's like there are a lot of third and fourth generations of wrestlers in both the WWE and AEW. Yes. Piccolo's like, it was me, Austin. Walter's like, okay, bye guys. See you Monday for Raw. Have a nice weekend.
Charlotte one more.
You too, Walter. Thank you so much for hanging with us for a little bit tonight. We really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I'm glad that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family. Try not to eat too many leftovers, although they're delicious.
Next year, Survivor Series, they can go at it one more time.
Let's hope, right? Robbie's like, LOL. Sophie's like, Vince. And Robbie says, D, what about Darby's body? Oh, God. He looks like a 12-year-old little boy.
Maybe even an 8-year-old boy.
Like,
that's kind of gross.
That makes me feel like a pedophile even thinking about that.
Do you feel like a school teacher?
No. Pickle is like, did y'all know that Randy Orton was a Marine and had once been AWOL?
No.
Had no idea, but we did learn over Veterans Day stuff.
Who is this?
Montez Ford was a Marine. Had no idea that he was a Marine. That was pretty cool to learn.
Tony Storm.
Well, she finally decided she was coming out after Survivor Series. She said she would. She said she would, try to do it. Pickle is like, Walter Pace. And Robbie's like, LO, do you crack me up? At least I can crack you up while you're drunk also, and not just when you're sober.
I have a feeling Tony's just going to get her ass kicked.
Well, it's physically pretty big, so it's really not hard to miss it, to be able to kick it.
Looking like the broadside of a barn.
It's so bad when you look better in your wrestling gear than you do pants. In regular clothes.
Just 2 years ago, she
Most
didn't
of the
have...
time, it's the other way around.
She didn't have dumps like a truck. Or whatever the word says. Dumps like a truck. Thighs like what? Big movie butt.
I call them kind of saddlebaggy kind of hips, but not that they're not firm.
I didn't even know you exist.
Robbie's like, I sobered up with a kebab, LOLT. Oh yeah, so you had some food and now you're good. You're like, well, I had me a kebab. It was delicious. Now I'm sober. So it was like, do you think that Johnny Wrestling will re-sign with the WWE to stay with his wife?
Probably.
As long as things are going where they need to go for him and his family, I'm sure he'll be fine with it.
Oh, Tony ducked it.
Ooh.
Charlotte goes to the outside.
She is in heels.
She's like, come get me.
She's like, here, come get me.
Tony just got pied.
Oh, snap.
Charlotte's got pie on her boobies and her arms and her hands.
Travis is like, hey, let me lick that for you, my dear.
Bukkake.
Ew, gross. You're so nasty.
Why him? Come at me.
You want another one?
Boo! Like she couldn't see that develop.
Why on earth would she continue to go for it?
Tony's gonna cry. Is she gonna be the next
be
Liv?
Liv? Oh God, please don't be a Liv.
Don't be the next Liv.
Don't be a Liv. Just get mad. Use your words. Use your
Oh,
words.
she's gonna cry. They're doing it. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh my God. How?
Why?
Dumb.
You can't push somebody by having them a cry baby.
As Picola says, thong song, ha 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 ha.
Right? I actually don't even know the words. I always just make up my own words to shit.
Robbie's like, Tony got rinsed, and Picola says, damn it, I flipped the channel to see Tony Storm, and what happens? Pie in the face. But did you see her before the pie in the face? Because she looked good.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying she
She has a
looked
pretty
good.
puss.
Sophie says that means Becky Lynch, Lacey Evans, and Ronda Rousey contracts could be extended because they got pregnant. Ronda Rousey's contract already expired, but it didn't expire until a while ago.
It expired at WrestleMania.
And it expired
Oh, there's
basically
Sasha.
right when she had her baby, and she's not going to come back anyway, so they're going to just write her off. But yeah, why not? Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans, they want to be treated like the men and anything, then they should have their contracts extended even though they were pregnant for 10 months. Alita's like, OMG, and Sophie says, hopefully Gable Steveson won't the WWE
Who would you have
in the
picked?
butt in the long run.
If Naomi was on my team, we would have won.
Ooh, watch your
First
toe.
of all, watch your tone when you talk to me.
You should shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
You can't rewrite history.
Ooh, what? Ooh, are
Why
you
would
jelly?
she be jealous of her?
Piccolo says the women should get a bonus for any food segments. Imagine the time spent working on their hair. Sophie's like, F, Mary, kill the shield. Seriously, guys. Why do you guys have to pick the people I don't like?
That makes me the boss.
Meg!
Shotzi. Oh, Shayna. All right, we're going to get a tag team match later.
Right?
Oh, now?
Holy shit, now. Megara! That's enough. Stop being weird.
Artist probably moved.
You whiny little
He
boo.
touched the metal.
Bye! He's flipping his water bowl over. God damn it, Mom's gonna be mad. Her floor! She's gonna be pissed about the floor, dummy! Sophie says that. Alita says the glow. And Sophie says now Sasha Banks is in the feud with Naomi and Sonya. So the reason why I read is Sasha's trying to like pretend to be like this goody two shoes person. Like she's trying to be all goody goody. And it's so hard for me to even it's kind of cringe her being like supposedly
She's trying to be
face.
tough, but a face, and so it's weird.
Oh my god, it's so cringe at this point. As Robbie says, Sasha should slap Sonya silly. She's such a DIC. Yeah, I want to see Sasha do that and then have Sonya suspend her. That'd be fantastic.
Like Brock. She comes back
Yeah.
in January.
Anyways, it's Naomi and Sasha versus Shayna and Natalya, huh?
Everything's right in the world again. Natalya is back on SmackDown.
She's not over there with Tamina after they were still there in the same area for Raw.
I know.
Right? Piccolo says, damn, Pat McAfee is too much sometimes. Did he say something?
I didn't
hear
hear
what he
him.
said. What did he say, Piccola? Sophie's like, both Ali and Kofi welcome new additions to their families this week. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. I actually said that. Ali
awesome.
and Kofi had both had baby girls this week. So,
lots of babies being
things
born
for them to be thankful for.
It is awesome time of year for them. Now for the rest of their lives, they're going to know this time of year.
Yep.
It's going to have extra meaning.
Mm-hmm. Robbie says Natty just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Are we talking about her popularity? her fans?
Are you talking about her waist thickness?
Or are we talking about her boobies?
Pretty sure her boobs have always been that big. She just never put them up in her faces as much as she has been lately.
Well, her and her sister have that YouTube channel, and they're just naked all the time. And you're just like, what the
They're just like pushing that limit of how naked can you be before you get banned issue.
Right.
Sophie says, do you think they started this thing with Bobby Fish because somehow they know Kyle O'Reilly will enter AEW when he lets his contract run out?
Possibly. I'm sure they all talk to each other. Nothing wrong with that. As long as you're not talking to management about it.
Right.
Which they probably are.
Robbie's like, yeah, defo her fans, D, defo. Whose fans? What am I talking about?
Natalya growing bigger, maybe?
I have
Are
no
we talking
idea.
about Sasha or?
I didn't know I said anything that related to fans, as because it's certainly not her IG followers. Maybe it was something you said about her fans.
Well, she was getting bigger, and I said, her fan base? I don't know. Meg.
Meg, do you need to be smacked in the butt? Piccola says, oh, by the way, I have trivia question. Oh, sweet, ask it. Ask your trivia question.
Ooh.
Mine are never any good. You guys complain about them all the time.
Nobody said that.
Whatever, they do it all the time.
She's highly sensitive.
They always complain. Nobody's ever happy.
That's the world.
Say they're WWE fans. They're just never happy about
The world.
anything. Try to do nice things for them, and they don't even like it.
Yeah, they can have Chad Gable. I would, if I was Vince, I'd just let Gable walk.
No, Gable Steveson.
Oh.
Sophie's talking about Gable Steveson.
I thought we were talking about
Sophie
Chad
had said
Gable.
earlier, because you weren't listening, but said earlier, hopefully Gable Steveson won't bite the WWE in the butt in the long run because of them signing him and getting him on.
It
And
is
he's
what
not
it is.
going to debut for a while. And now Sophie says, I know they want to debut Gable at some point.
Right, at WrestleMania is what I had heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Robbie says, haha, DM being sarcastic about Natty. Of course, it's not her fans. Oh, it's not her fans that are getting bigger. Oh. I was just going off of what Travis said. Sophie says, I meant Gable Steveson. We know he will debut at some point next year. Yes.
Right.
WrestleMania is
Hopefully he'll be
rumor.
ready to debut and look good. We don't want him just to come in there and be trash. Xia Li.
Volume 2. This is her. I still remember his deep breath echoing in the empty school hallway. Xia Li's story continues.
This must have been a bully.
His mouth scrunched into a growl. He has picked on my older brother for weeks. A relentless assault. My pacifist brother. My quiet, kind brother who is too good for this violent world. I hate vultures. Their confidence grows like mold on dirty dishes. If you let it, they will suffocate your spirit.
Xia Li.
She hates vultures, guys. She's not a big fan. She's Xia Li. She's the protector. The defender of those who are wronged.
So she gonna be the uber baby face?
She fights them. The wicked people. Fights them! Fights them!
I seen her in Big Trouble in Little China.
I don't think that was her. I think that was somebody else.
She blew up really big.
No, I don't think that was her.
So we didn't get to see Sasha come out? Or, yeah.
I don't know. Pico says, which 2 wrestlers from SmackDown in 2005 had started a best-of-7 series for the U.S. Championship?
So here comes Sasha.
Do you know the answer to that?
I didn't hear him.
Of course you didn't.
Well, we're in the middle.
They're just coming out. It doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't. They're not wrestling. They're coming down.
They wouldn't show the interest if it didn't matter.
Okay, I don't care. I'm saying
So
that
to
wrestling
you, it doesn't matter.
stuff. Oh, look, Sasha Banks is coming down. What, you going to talk about what she's doing right now? Ew, she's
sexy
rubbing her
walking.
hands all over her butt and up and down her body. She touched her boobs, guys. She totally touched her own boobs.
Perfect.
Like, seriously, who gives a rat's patootie?
Yeah. Everybody in here watching this for Sasha's shake game.
Uh-huh. Right. Anyway, so Picola's trivia question, once again, is which 2 wrestlers from SmackDown in 2005 had started a best-of-7 series for the U.S. Championship?
I have no idea.
There you go. Sophie says Booker and he who shall not be named. Ew. Child killer. As Robbie says, lagging.
Wife
Us?
choker.
You? All of us? Lag. So he's like, Sasha did say she did ask for her release from the WWE in 2018.
So it was the weirdest thing. They introduced Naomi, went to a commercial. Obviously, Natalya and Shayna came down during the commercial. Then they introduced Naomi's tag team partner.
Yes, because they're so much better. And nobody wants to see the other 2 come down because their entrances are stupid. And they don't touch their boobies.
They do not.
They do not run their hands up and down their own bodies, touching their butts and their boobs.
Don't hate on Sasha's shake game.
Vinny
Somebody come get her. She's dancing like a
Vinny Carter says, hey, I'm back from my Spawn hiatus. Guys, and it looks like Xia Li is a comic book character. Vince loves turning NXT people into cartoons for some weird reason. He and Triple H probably had a rough Thanksgiving.
I have a feeling that Xia Li will probably be cut before she actually ends up on TV.
Maybe. Robbie says, hello, Natty and Shayna, the most remembered tag team. Piccolo says, oh, it matters when it's boss time. Film Nation's in the chat. Hey, Film says, hey, what up? I'm here.
Rolls her up 1, 2. Nope, just a 1.
And Sophie says, I'm guessing Sasha isn't going to feud with Charlotte, or at least not yet.
It's so tough when Naomi wrestles wrestlers that aren't very good.
Oh, God.
Because she's so botchy. When she wrestles somebody that's great, like when she wrestles
Natty,
it'll look good.
Yeah.
But right now, this is
just
terrible.
And it doesn't make it because Shayna's not really all that great.
Well, that's what I mean. Shayna's not good. But Natalya is. Now watch. It'll all change.
Mm-hmm. He's learned to tune it out. She talking to Michael Cole about Pat McAfee. How do you deal with him every week? I just learned to tune it out. So.
Naomi just got slapped right across the face.
Ooh, ouch.
So her britches are see-through.
Yes. In so many ways.
And it says glow.
Yes.
It's a capital G. And again, what is up with these girls with the one-legged drop kick? It's like, I don't know if I can get my other foot up, so I'm just going to do one foot.
Film's like, what's going on with Sasha Banks?
Not a lot.
Not much, I guess.
She just came out.
She got up in Sonya's face in the back. That didn't feel good.
Right on that ass.
Right on that butt bone. Robbie says, thanks for the commentary on Sasha filling herself. Haha, I know, right? 3 rice, please. What? Joe never did the 3 rice. Lazy Joe. Okay, that sounds terrible. I'm not sure that I want to know anything about that. Because like Sophie got it, Booker T and Crispin
Backstabber. Shayna Baszler's in trouble.
Oh, she hurt her lower back. She's got spirit fingers.
Right? She's got
spirit fingers happening, guys. Spirit fingers. Spirit fingers. Anyways, 3 rice. I don't know what that means, nor do I really want to say it. I don't know. I feel like that's a bad thing. Anyways, thanks for being in our chat. Robbie 3 rice, that's all I had to do, but no. Okay. Sophie says, I respected Chris Benoit before he became a murderer.
Yeah, strangled his kid.
You know, if he would have just killed himself, it would have been fine. If he hadn't killed his kids besides, his wife, his kid, the kids that were home anyways, his wife, and then himself, that just made it completely 100 times worse. Instead of just being a man and going off in the woods and killing yourself and leaving a note for your family, suicide's bad enough, but fucking killing your whole family plus yourself, just a coward. And I don't care. That has nothing to do with how many fucking concussions you got. That's just a bullshit thing to blame it on. And steroids. There are so many other men out there that have taken steroids their whole entire lives that do not kill their fucking families.
Yep.
That he had no excuse. He was just
violent.
Yeah.
He's always been violent. It's his tendency to be violent. It had to have been
something in him before that made it so it became that way. There's no way you can tell me that it was because he was on steroids and he had concussions as to why he did what he did. No.
Right. He was a violent human being.
No. Just no. That's a no for me, anyways.
Anyways, he needed to get help, and he chose not to. And he chose to kill people.
Yeah. Robbie says Naomi is so basic in the ring. Ha ha. Vindicator says Joe DeBest just did a take when he said the Spawn would be nothing in AEW and be dominated by Dr. Faker and Thunder Rosa's. That was some good theater for sure.
Oh, I'm sure that went over well.
Phil says you said she was rubbing something on herself was a lotion. Okay, Phil, she was
just rubbing her hands.
Anything on herself. She was rubbing herself with her hands up and down her own body. Nothing extra. Just her hands up and down her body. Picola says, we all did. That whole Radicals angle was so good and a great intro for Eddie, Dean, Chris, and Perry Saturn.
Right.
Perry says D doing commentary for the visually impaired for Sasha's entrance. Vindicator says, I see the bizarre named trolls are back in the chat. Maybe Roman brings them out. Only a SmackDown Raw recap night. LOL. Philip says, I don't know. People have mixed feelings about Chris Benoit. Either he was taking too much steroids or a murderer.
Right.
Murderer.
They're trying to blame something outside of him.
Murderer.
Like, because he couldn't have done it because he's their hero. The fact is he did it. He has to take accountability for it.
He's a murderer. He is a murderer.
We can't blame things for his action. He did it.
They didn't just magically die. He killed them.
Anyways, we are back. Naomi, yes. Sasha, Shayna, and Natalya.
Film says, or mixed with a little bit of both. P. Cole says, English, Three Rice Joe, do you speak it? Do they speak English and what? Say what one more time, motherfucker.
Do you speak English and what? What?
Do they speak English and what?
Say it one more time. All right.
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it? It's one of my more favorite parts of that movie. Sophie says Shane Douglas was also supposed to be in that radical angle. Sophie says if Eddie Guerrero didn't die, I wonder what type of ripple effects that would have caused.
It would be a tough one because you don't know what Eddie would have said about all that.
It's probably better that he's dead then.
No.
I mean, because then nothing would
he would have said. No, he would have torn him down. He was family oriented. He had a full family.
For the Chris Benoit stuff?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what they're talking about.
Well,
Eddie would have been very disappointed.
Anybody should hype him up at all.
But there's a good possibility that Benoit maybe reaches out to Eddie, and that doesn't happen. So.
Right. But would he have even... So most people, when they're doing that kind of stuff, don't reach out to the people that can help them because they really don't want help.
Right. But he was all alone in his mind. Yeah. Not in reality.
Yeah.
But in his mind. And maybe he wouldn't have felt all alone if Guerrero was still alive, is what I'm getting at. That's
right. It. But we don't know because in all reality, we only are going off of what may have been said by other people, third parties, saying how close they were.
Right.
Let's see. Says shame on Chris Benoit. Vindicator says Sasha is very sensual, but she loves herself, which is a good PSA message to young girls out there. While Liv is message is don't be afraid of your emotions. She posted a picture of Becky crying.
Oh, yeah?
She posted a picture of Becky crying after she went through a really tough match. Didn't cry in the ring, but cried after, as you should. Liv cries in the ring and has a meltdown tantrum, gets on the bike and quits every time it gets too hard. Oh, she lost her little blobbles.
Yeah.
Her bobbles right there off the ring.
Naomi messing it up a little bit.
Messed up a little bit. Natty went with it. Shayna didn't do so well.
It's Shayna that made it all look bad.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Natty went with the mess up, but Shayna didn't quite make it.
Right.
Oh,
Shayna goes right after
give her the
Sasha.
punch.
Sasha punches her with the right hand.
And
Oh,
again.
shit.
Ouch.
She pulled her so hard she landed on her back.
Dang. Vindicator says after Survivor Series, crybaby Bex.
Yeah. I did not see her cry.
They showed that interview, and it was because of, and she mentioned the same thing that Charlotte said on her Instagram about hitting her.
Just hitting too hard.
That was the interview.
2,
and how they went out there just literally going at each other like for real. And the same thing that Charlotte said that she's getting quote unquote heat for, that she retracted off of her Instagram or Twitter or whatever.
Whoa.
Which is funny because Becky said it in a fucking interview and cried about it.
Naomi, I don't think she kicked out. Her shoulders never left.
No, but they can't have her kick. They can't have her not kick out yet.
Hopefully, she might be hurt. Natalia's so physical.
She is very physical, but usually she's only that physical with the girls that can take it.
Right.
And Naomi's not a flower. Oh shit, she fucked up.
Damn, she keeps doing that. But she got her in the roll up.
But she got Natty in that fruit roll up. Fruit roll ups are happening.
Poor Naomi.
Right.
It's like she tries this too hard, maybe.
Sometimes. I think that might be some of what her problem is. When she's with the people that know what they're doing, you can tell she kind of relaxes. But I think when she knows she's with somebody that might not be that good, I think she tries
Sonya
too hard
clapping for
to,
her.
like, put it over. But, yeah. Anyways, Alita says, that was a wild day here. Oh, I'm sure it was. The whole Chris Benoit stuff. Sophie says, stories about the day Chris Benoit killed himself and his family is heartbreaking, especially when people said it happened after Eddie died. And Film says, bruh, what friggin' fuck would you do that? Because, like, in hindsight, you see Chavo, you see Rey Mysterio, they battled down the same roads and handled whatever demons were there. I also respect Jericho as well. As I said, Piccola, right? Most
there's
of these
the
guys
list.
are pumping themselves full of steroids. They get multiple concussions, and
how
many of them have done that to their families? One. So he had issues that
You're not on the
promoted
list.
Whatever had problems.
You didn't make the cut.
Fucking shit. You didn't make the cut. How dare you not include me? Anyways, as Robbie says, Natty going in. Film says, I don't believe, decided to take a picture of herself with Beck and she was crying. LOL. Robbie says, Sonya fuming that the boss and Glow won. Ha ha. And Luke's in the chat. Hey, Luke.
Hey, Luke.
So, Film, it wasn't a picture of herself with Becky. It was a picture of Becky crying after her huge Survivor Series match with Charlotte. And she didn't cry in the ring like Liv does. She cried after when she was interviewed. And I can see why it was really emotional because, quote unquote, who knows what their personal, like, stuff is going on in the back. And they really, I don't know if they still are good friends, but they used to be really good friends, supposedly, in WWE world. But even Becky at that time said, she was really going after me. Like, she really did hit me. Like, very physical. Like, they were both, like, Becky said, I was being very physical. Charlotte was being very physical. And it's funny that it's okay she said it. And it's not okay that Charlotte said it.
Or is this the Battle Royal?
I think this is the Battle Royal stuff. The Viking
Raiders. It's the Raiders. That's cool. They got some new stuff going on. I'm okay with this.
Raid.
You remember Raid? Or like the spray?
Yes, they still have that for cockroaches and stuff.
This should be their commercial.
As Luke says, hey, all. And Robbie says, Sonya fuming that the boss Glow won. Ha ha. Film says, put that on a t-shirt. It's the fruit roll-up. Film says that would be a huge seller banger.
Right.
Piccolo says, I was in an internet
There's your crew.
Anaconda when I found out about the whole Benoit thing. And some of my army buddies who were wrestling fans were just as shocked. Robbie says Dee and Travis should defo make fruit roll-up t-shirts.
The fruit roll-up.
Sophie says if Eddie didn't die, Chris Benoit wouldn't have gone nuts killing himself and his family. I don't believe that. I really don't. Because people will make those choices.
But we can't go back in time, so it
supports.
doesn't matter, right? You can't blame Eddie for him killing his family.
Yep. People says, "What's up, Luke?" And Vindicator says, those twin sisters in the audience near the ramp were very cute. They were just disgusted by Sammy spitting all over the place." Right? I didn't see him. But Sophie says we might get a Drew win. Vindicator says, not disgusted. Not disgusted, I meant. They were not disgusted by Sammy spitting all over the place. Philip says, "Oh, that's weird. Liv Morgan likes to take a picture of Becky Lynch crying." Pickle is like, "What is the main event?" Well, I'm guessing that
it is a 20-man battle royal, it looks like.
And Drew McIntyre didn't make the cut.
He didn't make the cut. He wasn't good enough.
So who is he going to go attack that's on the list so he can take their place?
Do you think that'll happen?
No,
That'd be cool.
No, I'm just kidding. I have no... He's trying to be an asshole, right? A little bit.
They got to keep him away from Roman for at least until January.
Something, because we don't want to see him after the title again. That's my title.
I mean, it's okay, but you got to do it later.
I'm going to cry about it.
Because there's nothing going on in December.
Pickle is watching dad bod competitions of curling.
Woo! Watching the curling final.
Are these the people that are trying to get into
the Olympics? Is this Olympic hopefuls?
Since it's USA versus Canada.
Yes. Every kiss begins with K.
Usually.
That's how you spell it.
Unless you say it in another language.
Right. A smooch.
Vindicator says soon enough Liv will make a believer out of everyone. If Nikki can be a top champion, then Liv can do it even better.
Nikki? Are you talking about Nikki Bella?
I think he's talking about Nikki Cross.
Oh.
But maybe he's talking about Nikki Bella. I don't know. As Piccola says, it's riveting stuff. Dude, have you ever watched English darts competition? Now that shit's riveting. No kidding. Travis and I fell upon it one night, and we were like,
darts?
holy fucking
Unreal.
crap. This shit is unreal. It was pretty amazing. It was probably the most entertaining thing we'd ever seen.
I mean, you had 100,000 people probably just, oh, they're all cheering, like going nuts, singing, just saying weird rhymes.
It was over in the UK, so you can imagine.
It was awesome. I was
It
like,
was pretty cool.
well, I want to start watching darts. I even recorded it that year.
Mm-hmm.
Never watched any of it, though. Oh.
Oh, God, that would hurt.
No.
Film says, Liv, I'm so happy. So happy Becky Lynch goes and hurts Liv feelings. Liv cry. Oh, and then you have to have Liv attacking Becky and literally hitting her and giving her a black eye because she doesn't know how to use her words.
She had a tantrum.
She literally had a 3-year-old tantrum. Luckily, hopefully, Becky learns from this and knows what's going to happen when her child does the same thing. Hopefully not into her 20s.
At 3. Now we're just waiting for this commercial break to end.
Vindicator's like Nikki ASH and the second-rate Bella. While I'm kidding, the Bella twins were cool. The second-rate Bella is true. She's a big boob Bella. She wasn't really as good as her sister.
Okay. She was the longest reigning Divas champion of all time.
But why? Why? Why is that? Is it maybe because her bra size was at least a triple D? Possibly. Possibly that's the reason why having the quote-unquote Divas championship belt, which doesn't mean that it was based on talent. It was based on diva-ness.
The Bellas shouldn't have been lumped in the Divas stuff. I feel like they were better wrestlers than the Divas were that you know, preceded them. But I like the Big Boob Bella. I call her Triple B.
I know.
But Brie, it was the better wrestler.
Yeah.
Brie mode where she'd get all mean and stuff, but she was very botchy and she hurt people. She's the one that kicked Liv Morgan in the face and gave her a concussion.
I'm so glad they're showing this. Oh, look, her crying! And then she punched her in the eye. Gave her a black eye because she couldn't use her words. I love that they're having recaps. This is my favorite thing now about SmackDown.
Vince will put that egg over any player from NXT. Anybody that come from NXT, you will never be as popular as the egg was.
Sophie says, I think Chris Benoit was scheduled to be in the main event picture again before he kills himself and his family. Probably not.
It's hard to say because Vince killed himself, remember? He was writing himself off TV forever. And he died in an explosion. And then he had to be on the TV the next Monday.
Because of Chris Benoit.
Because of freaking Chris Benoit. And he had to come out and give a speech. And
Film says, why not USA versus Brazil? Vindicator's like the old saying, delete that, actions speak louder than words. Not in this instance, Vindicator. In this instance, her actions do not speak louder than any kind of words. Because people who base their reactions, because it wasn't an action, it was a reaction. She couldn't deal with her emotions, and so she couldn't articulate words and was going to cry. And the best thing that she could come up with was to hit.
right, of violence.
Hit.
Which is a choice.
That's a child reaction. That is what kids do. Children do it all the time because they can't articulate how they feel, what they're thinking, or what they want to say. And adults go through it too. But as you grow up, and if you can get to a point where you can articulate that stuff, even if you're crying and mad, you should be able to articulate your words. Because I cannot say anything. I have gotten to a point where I've been so mad that I have cried. So I feel Liv when she was so mad. But hers wasn't about being mad. Hers was, my feelings are getting hurt because she's crying. Right. She's calling me a crybaby. She's calling me names. You're making me feel bad.
Right. And she didn't know how to deal with her feelings.
Exactly. So you can sit there and it's fine. You can be completely in her corner. You can support her all you want, but I'm never going to be a fan because of that stuff. She doesn't have actions. She has reactions.
Right. She's not a good role model.
I wouldn't want my child looking up to that person. I'd be like, that's not how we do it. You teach your children, if you have kids, you teach your children to use their words. You hear it all the time. Use your words. They get mad, use your words. Even if they say, I'm mad.
That's okay.
They're using their words.
All right, we got them all in there. Look how small this room looks.
Looks kind of tiny with all those tall, big guys in there. So Cesaro was earlier, but he's in there. So is
yes.
Rick Boogs.
Yep.
We got Happy Corbin in there. Madcap Moss is also in there. Ricochet.
Sheamus.
Jinder Mahal.
Drew's coming down anyways.
Humberto Carrillo. We have Angel Garza. Cesaro. Jinder Mahal. The Viking Raiders. Drew McIntyre's coming down.
Drew's coming down with a prison shank.
He thinks he should be able to stab people with it.
He's just going to come in and stab somebody?
People? Oh, Ridge Holland's out there.
Yeah, Ridge Holland's.
Ali.
He's swinging a sword.
So he should be suspended then.
He should be put in prison.
Did anybody go over the top? If they went over the top...
Did the bell ring?
Did they... I don't know. Did they ring the bell, guys? Did they ring it?
Postman Pierce is pissed. Drew, you're not supposed to be out there.
Ah, Jesus. He's like, let me come out here.
Angel Garza almost lost his head.
Oh, Pico's like, does Brazil do curling? You know, I have no idea. Film says,
I'm sure they do.
No, just as a team going up against each other one-on-one. Pico's like, hey, now, you can look, but you can't touch, right? Sophie says, remember when Stone Cold took his ball and left the company for 7 months into 2003 to 2004?
That's pretty funny. The Jamaican Curling Championship.
Jamaican Curling Champ, that's awesome.
Them and their bobsledding.
Liv, as Sophie says, so we might get Drew versus Roman at Mania then. And Vindicator says Tori Wilson was a diva, and so was Mrs. Wife, and so was Undertaker's wife, but she can actually wrestle.
Michelle, yeah.
Film says, I kind of hope Vince McMahon will use the egg for something like, I don't know, just something. Piccolo says, I like that era. McCool, Eva Torres, Mickey James, Beth Phoenix, etc. Mickey James, I guess, is over on Impact?
Yeah.
I guess she's like the champion?
I like that era also. That Eva Mendez, or whatever her name was.
Eva
Torres was fantastic.
Sophie says we might get Brock versus Drew at the Rumble, which at this time doesn't make any storyline sense yet. And Piccolo says that whole egg thing was just scattered into runny. Oh my gosh, all of your egg puns. Hilarious. Films like Becky, no, child, Liv. Talking gibberish because she's sad. Robbie's like, D, Liv is just emotionally unstable, I guess. And Philip says, ha ha ha, lol, I'm dying laughing here. Sophie says, all the people in this battle royal aren't main eventers. Russell McIntyre's with the angry face and the knives. And Robbie says, D, you should be a therapist.
I didn't see Xavier Woods.
I did not see him out there, no. He was not.
So Xavier Woods isn't even in the battle royal.
I saw Mansoor.
Yeah.
I saw T-Bar. I saw
Ridge Holland.
I saw
Jinder Mahal. Mace.
Jinder Mahal.
Drew Gulak's out there.
Was he? I didn't see him. Angel, Humberto were out there. Cesaro was out there. Boogs was out there.
Yep. There's Nakamura.
Madcap Moss was out there. I don't think Nakamura was out there.
I didn't see Corbin.
Happy Corbin was out there.
Was Corbin in there?
Uh-huh. I'm trying to think. Oh, the Viking Raiders were out there. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting close to 20.
Vinegar's like, we need Deletha to be a prep coach, and she can help Liv get ready for an articulate debate on the next pay-per-view against Becky. But yeah, I don't advocate kids choosing violence over diplomacy. Piccolo says D would be an excellent life coach. Probably not, because people think I'm mean. You guys think I'm mean. Travis thinks I'm mean. Most people think I'm mean. I would probably be a terrible life coach. Travis, on the other hand, he's very polite and nice about telling people how dumb they are. Film's like, oh no, is Drew McIntyre going to get suspended for swinging his sword?
He should.
Shouldn't he? He brought a violent weapon and accosted people, assaulted people, literally.
He attempted murder.
He had an assault on people.
And he wasn't defending his property. He wasn't defending his livelihood.
No.
And he wasn't defending himself.
He was attacking.
He was the offenser.
He forgot to use his words. See, people, what happens when you forget to use your words. He chose violence.
He brought a prison shank. And he tried to kill everybody up in there.
Sorry, guys. Film says, oh no, is Drew McIntyre going to get suspended for swinging? So he says, it will be interesting on how they are going to build to two pay-per-views at once in both January and July. So he says, yeah, that whole...
And she's coming.
Got blown up.
Sorry.
Was going to be that summer-long storyline.
Wow, this Monday's Raw looks fantastic.
So he's going to be on there probably for the pay-per-views because that's what we kind of talked about, or you mentioned. He probably wouldn't be around. Oh, Ricochet's out there.
Ricochet.
Got him. They got rid of Drew, it looks like.
Yeah, they finally got him out of there.
Sami
Hopefully he got
Zayn,
arrested.
of course, is out there.
Jeff Hardy.
Oh, Jeff Hardy is over there. Yep. I think I named...
I don't know if we said Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn's
I did
in there.
say Sami Zayn and Sheamus. I think I got most everybody.
Is Mace and T-Bar both out there? I see Mace.
Oh, and Shanky.
Oh,
Shanky is out there.
The lone 7-footer.
Yes.
No Usos.
No, because they aren't going to go after it.
Right.
He won't let them. That's not how it works in the family.
See, Drew Gulak's got his back towards us right now.
Yeah. And Ridge Holland and...
looks like Jinder Mahal may be eliminated. Nobody said a word about it, but Jinder Mahal looks like he's been eliminated.
Or did he just fall under?
I have no idea. Madcap Moss may be eliminated now. Nope. This is horrible camera work.
Drew Gulak's getting rid of Sami Zayn, kinda.
There. That is... No. Go back to that. There you go. Nope.
No. Yes.
Quit flipping it back and forth. Drew Gulak's been eliminated. No. Not yet.
Oh,
Sami eliminated him. Gulak is gone. Uh-oh. Sami Zayn looks like he might be gone next. No, he's going out slow if he is. Sami's holding on for dear life. Ridge Holland just threw out Ricochet. 'Ricochet. Ricochet saved himself, came back inside. All right, who's that in the middle? Is that Angel on?
That's
Sheamus
Mansoor.
Oh, Mansoor's
Mansoor
on
is
his
out
back.
there now. Ridge Holland and Sheamus are throwing his.
Mansoor has been eliminated.
No! Not yet. Hold on. Oh, he flipped himself back over.
No, he's done.
And then he's
Mansoor has been eliminated.
Dang it, poor guy. Dang.
Sheamus or Cesaro and Sami Zayn here in the corner.
Oh, I try to get a cheap pop when I can, right? So
Cesaro eliminated.
Is now a wrestler.
Nope.
Nick here says that's right. Piccolo, channel your inner McFoley. LOL. Those says so. Speaking of Chris,
Look at the power.
Follow his daddy's footsteps. Okay, become a murderer. He won't. Robbie says I don't think Holland is any good. Ha ha.
He did
Seth
pretty good
freaking
earlier.
Rollins version 1. The priest is out there
Oh,
saying
Mace has been eliminated. Mace is gone.
He is not happy about it either.
Madcap Moss eliminated him.
All right, Seth freaking Rollins, thanks for being with us. Says Drew swung that shit hard. He was really about to behead a son of a bitch in that ring.
Yeah, he wanted somebody dead.
He really wanted to kill somebody, and Angel was in his, thing.
In his sights.
In his sights. Philip says, no, Misty, you ain't mean. You're sweet. As Robbie says, you're always mean to me. You know, I show my love with meanness, by the way. If I really like you and I'm not mean.
Shanky is gone.
Ooh, Shanky is
Shanky
out.
is gone. Now, speaking of Shanks.
Right?
Drew McIntyre started this match out with a sword.
And he somehow disappeared. So maybe he was taken out by security.
Hopefully he was arrested. Cesaro holding on to him.
Cesaro
gonna get eliminated.
Get rid of Cesaro, which they probably will because they always usually get rid of him.
Cesaro is so great. Rich Holland eliminated.
Almost done. Poor Ridge.
He wasn't strong enough to hold on. Madcap eliminated Cesaro.
And Happy's like, good for you, man. Yay. That's awesome. You.
He's trying to...
Madcap. He's like, whoa.
It's a joke.
I got you. Oh, that's so fun. So funny.
Corbin doesn't like it.
Back over.
Threw his ass outside.
Sophie says Chris Rowan Olsen does look
Look
like
at he's laughing. You got me, you son of a bitch.
So funny. Scale of 1 to 10, I rate Talitha's meanness about 5.5, but I have seen much more volatile behavior out there. Thumb says the rated R superstar Edge. Safrika says we might see rated RK Bro. Robbie says Vin a tough critic. Ha ha. Vindicator says it's still funny to me that grown men agree to call themselves T-Bar and Madcap. He's like the toughest.
Right.
About like the guy called Fish, right? Fucking weirdo. Seth freaking says Travis, me versus you at TLC.
I'm ready.
Film says WWE
I'll have to train.
Releases on November 30th. Last December gets here. No more releases. That's
Put
my
me in a
prediction.
tables match and then I'll accidentally fall through the table backwards.
There you go.
Break it.
Robbie says, oh, Vin trying to be like EST. Haha. Vindicator says, I could never grow or strap on that braided ponytail though. Sophie says, if you want to know how thin the roster is, look at the 15 or 16 man battle royale. And it's happening right now. And this is just SmackDown, guys, right? SmackDown people. So, Robbie says LOD with the tough love. Haha. Seth Rollins says, Shanky Stinky. LOL.
Yeah. Hopefully Veer's better.
Yeah.
And I want to see Veer hit the ground running.
Yes.
He is fantastic and he's so strong.
Film says, no, Travis, I think you'll be suspended. Piccolo says, imagine no incentive like cold pizza, only a title shot against Roman, total ripoff, SmackDownies. Vindicator says, I want to see that tall guy, Stinky, have a match with Omaha. They did.
They wrestled a little bit out there on
the Battle Royale on Survivor Series?
It wasn't the pre-show. It was just the 25-man Battle Royale.
It was the 25-man Battle Royale that Omos won. But they faced off eye to eye. They are pretty much like the same size. Pretty close.
It was good.
Russell McIntyre's giving us the devil look, and Film says suspended McIntyre for 30 days for swinging his sword. Seth Freakin says Madcap got a taste of his own medicine, but he laughed about it, right? So
you got me.
Devi is in the chat.
Hey.
Hi, Devi says Cesaro is stronger than he looks. Kevin Owens looks stronger than he is. Yes, Cesaro is stronger than he looks.
Yes, because he trains with body weight.
The type of training that he does. So he's a very strong guy and probably doesn't get as injured as much because of how he trains. He's not a gym rat, really.
He doesn't train with weights.
Mm-hmm.
He trains with his body weight.
Yeah. Sophie says Undertaker said on the bump that Amos is the next Andre the Giant, which slapped the Big Show in the face. Sophie says, this is like a mini Rumble. Yep.
Yeah, the Big Show was never on Andre's level. And nobody ever will be because it was a different time.
Yeah.
Back in those days, people thought wrestling was real first.
Right.
And they would put like 2 or 3 nobodies up against Andre at a time.
Right.
So he was wrestling nobody, but he would sell out arenas.
Yeah.
Because he was a freak. Nowadays, people don't look at Omos as a freak, right?
Because we see so many of them anymore. It's no different than, watching a basketball player. Shaq.
So Kayla's trying to keep her job.
Yeah.
So she's got to have something come to her about Brock. That's the whole storyline.
Right? Something has to. Well, either she has to deny it or get denial that it was true or not.
Right. Is Brock gonna show up and win this thing? Because all these guys in here, who's gonna wrestle and make it realistic against Roman?
Do it. Because who we have left? Humberto, Angel,
Sheamus is the only legitimate.
Sami Zayn,
and
Happy
Baron
Corbin.
That's it. That's the only 2
Boogs,
legitimate.
Right, and we have both the Viking Raiders are in there. Eric and Ibar still in there. Jeff Hardy's still in there. I mean, these are the guys that are still there, and Boogs is in there. Those are guys that are still there, so it's like, who really is going to go
Who's going to go one-on-one with Roman and make it legit besides Sheamus? Right. Sheamus can do it.
With whoever's left,
Right.
I mean, I guess Happy Corbin.
That's why I said those 2 are the only 2, maybe Ricochet, if they wanted to play that round.
Right.
But it's only going to be 1 or 2 weeks if it's Ricochet. Looks like Ricochet's about ready to go bye-bye anyways.
He didn't, though, because the Viking Raiders came over to kind of save him and beat up on
Sami
Corbin.
Zayn is...
Oh,
no, he stayed in.
He's like, no, I'm coming back in. You can't make me leave.
He's like, just keeps rolling.
As he runs away. Jeff
kicked him in the butt.
Oh,
Berto Carrillo just kicked him right in the face.
People...
Angel takes out Boogs. Boogs is gone.
Oh, Boogs is outskis.
Angel, get away for the edge.
Be careful. Pico says, Travis, train hard so you can win with a frog splash or a coffin drop. Robbie says, Jinder getting buried since his return.
I outweigh Darby by over 100 pounds.
Travis could sit on him and it would be okay. Just kidding.
Shit. There goes everybody. Angel, Humberto, and
Ricochet?
Boogs.
Oh, Boogs. He was already out there.
Right.
Did they get thrown on him?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Sami Zayn gone? Or did he go through?
Through the middle rope. So
Sami Zayn might win this.
Not really. So he's still in it.
Sami Zayn wins this and gets it taken away from him.
Oh, probably, huh?
Right? Viking Raiders are both still in there. But Sheamus is so powerful, it's not going to matter. Although Eric's very powerful, too.
Oops. He's like, oh, shit, dude, you've landed right under my foot. Tried not to step on him when he was trying to step over him.
Right.
Poor Ivar.
All right. Sheamus is eliminated right here.
Oh, they didn't quite make it enough.
Don't forget, Sheamus is a stud.
Out.
And Ivar also eliminated.
Good deal. Sheamus is like, look at me.
Ricochet. So it looks like we're down to 4 men.
Yes.
There's 5.
Yeah, because Sami went through the middle rope.
Sami Zayn is on the outside.
WWE probably presents the Mini Rumble. Michael Cole, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mini Rumble.
Ricochet just pulled and Naomi messed up a little bit, but he still pulled it out to look good.
Seth freaking says, because Vera borrowed a last name that doesn't make him a tough bastard. Film says that would be a funny pay-per-view. Sophie says both Jinder and Drew kind of have the same story. They both got released on the same day, and they both got re-signed by the WWE at the same time.
Love it. And I love both of them.
Robbie says Kayla chilling watching the match front row. Sophie says, and both Jinder and Drew won their first WWE championship. Yep. Seth freaking says, I'm son of a bitch that not going to be surprised if Kayla says Brock return next week. Vindicator says Kayla's looking fire in that orange dress, though. Keep the toasty one around just for that alone.
Yes.
She does usually look pretty good in what she wears. That one purple lavender outfit she wore that one time, I was like, wow.
Let's not mistake, she does a very good job at her job also.
Yes, she does.
Well, he said that she looks good. Keep her around
just for that alone.
Yeah, she does a good job also.
I like how she goes after Paul Heyman and stuff.
Right.
She has good, funny character.
She used to be chunky, guys. She's done a lot of work to get smaller.
That's why she's a toasty marshmallow.
Yeah. Ricochet, getting dirty, getting work done.
Piccolo says,
high flyers do not usually
name.
win these battle royals.
Right.
High flyers.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're usually too light.
Yeah, and they just kind of get thrown around quite easily by these bigger guys. As Piccolo says, put respect on Rico's name, Ricochet there. Philip says Sami Zayn just running away. Then Akira says, maybe I should change my name.
Ricochet's
to
done.
in honor of Sami Zayn.
Ricochet just got thrown out. That
Sheamus
wasn't
is
even
like,
impressive.
Let me help you.
That wasn't even impressive.
Randy Paula says, I fell asleep. Sorry. Oh, honey, it is the middle of the morning for you. If you were sleeping, good. I'm glad you were getting some
I probably woke you up.
If we woke you up, I apologize. Seth says Sammy ain't winning shit. And Kim Jong-un is in our chat again. With this new virus, will WWE still go to Saudi Arabia? Yes.
Yes.
Robbie says Corbin winning it then. Not necessarily, guys. He's almost getting thrown over the ropes right now by Sheamus.
I would say Sheamus wins this or Sami Zayn.
Are they the only three left, technically?
No, Jeff's in there somewhere.
Oh, is he still, too?
He's right here.
Oh, there he is.
And Jeff did pretty good in the Survivor Series match, too, remember?
Yeah.
He was the last man. Tenacious D. Oh, wait, Tenacity.
People says, loved you in the interview movie, Kim Jong, right? Sophie says, with the new virus going on, I wonder how that will affect both WWE and AEW touring schedules. Seth says, Jeff for the win. And Kim Jong says, Fat Lisa's people are not funny. Randy Paula says, Jeff Hardy will win, then get beating down, then he will return as Willow.
You guys, there's going to be more variants. There's going to be more stuff going on. It's not a big deal. It just is.
Monsieur Roma got the...
They're not going to close down countries again. They're not going to do anything weird. It just is.
Mohi Balian in the chat.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Kaya, Brock, you got... I don't know if Brock is returning. Maybe.
Hopefully we get to see Brock. That's what we're looking forward to.
Sophie says, we already saw Roman feud with both Sheamus and Corbin. And Robbie says, LOL, I did a lot of work to be small. LOL, I'm short. Ha, ha, ha. Seth Ferguson says, what's the new virus? Kim Jong says,
what was it called? Like
Con
Air
weird ass name. It's like with
Monte Carlo or something.
It's so dumb sounding. It sounds fake as fuck, guys.
Monicon or Oricon.
Yeah.
Oricon.
Origami. That's it. It's origami.
It's paper
like
folding.
Some kind of paper folding thing from Japan.
Sheamus has been eliminated
by Corbin of all people. And Jeff
just eliminated Corbin. It's not over. Sammy's on the outside.
Jeff thinks he's won.
Well, they ring the bell.
They did ring the bell.
But Sammy is not been eliminated. He's on the outside. Jeff just looked over at him.
Yeah.
Sammy's going to come up and push him out.
There he goes.
Sammy just won. Sami just won.
Sami Zayn is your winner.
That is your winner. Sami Zayn playing possum.
Trickery that he has done before.
Now they're going to strip it from him because, remember, they're against him.
Yeah. Look at him laughing.
Look who you got, Oos.
They're giggling about it, laughing. This is great. This is so great.
They forgot about him quick because they said, I think he went through the middle. There's only 4 wrestlers left in the same breath.
Right.
Wait. Kayla's hearing something.
Getting some info.
Is Brock there?
Oh, she's getting the information from the back. I'm sorry to inform you.
It's real. It's official. Breaking news. Brock's suspension is over. Next week on Friday Night SmackDown, Brock Lesnar.
She doesn't do it quite as well.
Look at Pierce. Look at Postman Pierce.
Trauma. The trauma's happening.
He's like, you gotta be shitting me.
The trauma. They're like looking at Paul like he knew something. He's like, I didn't fucking know.
Look at Paul's face.
He's like, I had no idea. Like, what the fuck?
My tribal chief.
Didn't know.
We want Brock.
We want Brock.
Woo!
All right. Let's see. So Sophie, if you're still out there, you call. Not that he showed up, but yes, he will be showing up on the next one. So there
he'll be here next Monday Friday.
Friday. On the next SmackDown is when Brock will show up. Let's see. Kim Jong says, has Sheamus got a piece of loose skin hanging from his arm? No, it was a Band-Aid.
Yeah, it looked like
Brandon
that,
says
though.
Bloodline will beat up Jeff. Vindicator says Zayn will get embarrassed by Roman, but Jeff is a legend who can hang with anyone. Suffering says variant, same thing as COVID. Yeah. Randy says, I was right. And Luna's like, yes. And Randy's like, I was wrong. Robbie's like, Sammy, I'm done with him winning. And then Luna's like, what? Randy Paul's like, that's to get Sammy to resign. Gothlegia says, and Roman and Usos are laughing in the back. Kim Jones
Laughing
like,
right at him.
WTF, nobody wants Sami Zayn versus Roman. And Robbie's like, Brock back. Seth says they laughing, and Vindicator says, get your popcorn ready. Travis is a scrumbag versus Tribal Chief. This should be a squash match to tidy Roman over until Brock comes. Anyway, see you guys on Monday. Ciao. Seth says, where is Brock? And Luna's like, oh shit. Seth
He'll
freaking
be here
says,
Friday.
I called it.
You did.
And Seth freaking says, let fucking goo, I called it. Let's fucking go. I called it. Robbie says, LOD, you excited for Brock versus Roman? Seth says, the smile wiped off. This time, F5, 1, 2, 3. Roberto says, have a good weekend. Have a good night. Kim Jong says, okay, bye. If you get a chance, come to Pyongyang. Okay, we'll try.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really want to go to North Korea, though. I'm sorry.
Keep in touch with us in here
As
for
a woman, I feel I'd be in danger in that country.
Danger's my middle
Luna
name.
says, well, I'm gone. And Sophie says, wow, what a shocking ending. And Gothlesia says, bye-bye. Okay, so with that, right, guys? Sami Zayn won, right?
He did. He won the Battle Royal.
Remember what happened with Vince McMahon and the egg thing?
I do.
So if you guys out there to remember, let's do a quick recap of the egg thing. Sami Zayn said he had information or a lead on who took the egg, and he was 95% sure he knew who they were and could bring them to Vince.
Justice, yeah.
Vince was like, okay, great, you bring him to me and I'll give you a title shot.
Against Big E. Monday, yes.
Monday. So he brings in Austin Theory. Austin Theory's like, oh, Vince, I'm so sorry. Yes, it was me. I took it.
Here's your egg.
I wanted to take a selfie with it, but there was all this security around, and so I took it back to my room, and I'm so sorry. Ha ha, you remind me of me when I was young. Blah, blah, blah. And gives Austin Theory the chance instead of Sami Zayn against Big E, right? So, which is funny because it makes sense, right? Sami Zayn is a SmackDown guy, not a Raw dude. So it made total sense. All right, so moving forward, Sami Zayn's like, oh, they're against me. The conspiracies are happening. Remember his documentary about how everybody was against him and poor Sami Zayn and blah, 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 right? So you know exactly what's going to happen on SmackDown next time, right?
He's going to get it taken away from him.
Pretty sure that he's going to have to wrestle Brock, or they're just going to be like, sorry, dude, Brock's taking your place. In some way, Sami Zayn is probably not going to be the person that's going to be wrestling Roman Reigns. Just so you guys know.
Well, it depends on if they're going to use Brock, right? Like,
right.
Because they would have to have Brock wrestle the Usos.
True.
And then Brock wrestle Roman. And then Brock wrestle all three of them with tag team partner. That's how they've done every other storyline
right.
with it.
But
they're not going to do
Brock,
that with Brock.
They're not going to do that with
So they need somebody, a Sammy type.
Right.
That maybe does fill
all
in some,
the stuff. It does all the
little
footwork.
Right.
And he takes the, bag at the end and says, I won.
Right.
Seth freaking says, I hope this time Roman versus Brock, no hold barred. Robbie says, Sammy to be champ, haha. Seth freaking says, is SmackDown over? Yes, it is. If you're an AEW fan, guys, go over and watch AEW Rampage. It started
Holy crap,
about 2
Friday.
minutes ago.
I forgot it.
Rich Lay
It's
says
such a
Sami
Monday
Zayn
to
will
me.
finally win Tyranny Universal Championship match against Roman Reigns. Doubtful, but, Alita says goodnight, and Rich Lay says Sami Zayn never won the Universal Championships. And Ravi says, do you know Brock has free reign of what he does? True that. Why? Because Vince loves him. All right,
and he's loyal, and he shows up.
He does. When he needs to, even if it's for a lot of money, he still does it. Film says, unless Sami Zayn wins the WWE World Heavyweight Championship soon someday.
Right? I feel like it's like this. Like Roman Reigns, they could have him lose, right? Like he could have lost to Big E. Mm-hmm. But by doing that, that says, okay, we're going to give Big E a huge push, and we got to put the whole company in his hands.
Yep.
Is he trustworthy?
No.
We don't know, right? But if it doesn't work out, so say the fans are like, nah, this, right? It's hard to go back to Roman and build him back up. Right now, he's already a stud, but they can do that with Brock because Brock can't fail, right? He's too big to fail. And so if they decide to have somebody beat Roman now, so he's not champion for like 2 or 3 years, they can do it with Brock, and it won't hurt Roman. and he could be champion and then just be a special guy, and then they can have somebody else beat Brock at Mania or however they want to do it. Or Brock can be around for a year and a half or however long they want to pay him. He's good.
Right.
But he's the only guy.
Yeah.
And plus, they could always have Roman beat him clean at Mania.
True.
Like, it won't hurt him or whenever he decides to leave. But they can't do it with anybody else. They can't have anybody else beat Roman because it hurts the whole SmackDown, the whole entire, I want to say company, but that's the wrong word, the whole entire channel, the whole entire SmackDown brand.
Let's put it this way. I look at, even though Big E has been with WWE for a while, and Roman probably hasn't been with him as long as Big E may have been, or however, or if they've been around the same amount of time. I don't really know, nor do I really care. But I look at it like this. I feel that Roman Reigns is a very, very loyal wrestler to WWE. Mostly
Fact.
because family and the fact of all the issues he had with his health, and that WWE stuck by him and with him and said, you will have a job when you come back. Not if you come back, when you come back. And that tells me more that he is more dedicated to them than Big E ever will be. I feel that Big E is very willy-washy with his
Loyalty?
with his loyalty, and his loyalty lies more in his fucking friends than his job.
Right. What are they going to do when they get rid of Kofi and...
Yeah.
I feel like Big E will stay around, but they will get rid of Kofi and
But
Xavier.
what would he be? Without the New Day, because he still uses that fucking gimmick.
Right.
Without that gimmick, what is he?
He's...
He was Biggie Langston. Okay? Are you going to go back to being Biggie Langston? Because you were kind of shit as Biggie Langston.
Right. I mean, he's been a solo artist for over a year. Even the last draft is when they split him up in 2020.
They did. Yeah.
So.
Well, which I understand, but I'm just saying, like, it just does, I don't feel, because they still have their butthurt ways about them getting split up.
Right.
Like, all three of them still talk about their butthurtness about it. So that's just an opinion. That's just what I see. And that's what they maybe want us to see. I don't know for sure. I don't know them personally, so I don't know. Anyways, Film says, unless Sami Zayn wins the WWE World Title someday soon. And Film says, bye, Miss D, Travis, you guys rock. See you guys on the next live stream. And Robbie says, yo, mofos, make sure you smash the likes, like D, like Sammy winning tonight, and sub if you're a newbie. It's just hilarious that he won. It's actually more entertaining for me rather than if I like it. All right, everybody, we're going to leave. Thank you so much for watching SmackDown with us tonight. We really appreciate it. Have a fun and safe weekend out there, everybody. We will see you again on Monday for Monday Night Raw. All right.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. We'll be here in 2 days. Bye-bye.
Bye.